Yeehaw.
All right, hello, welcome to Masks. I am Michael, he, him. I will be emceeing the campaign. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Mo. They, she pronouns. I am playing Isadora Reyes, aka Obsidian. She, they pronouns, the Beacon.
Hello, I'm Kirby, he, they pronouns, and I'm playing Ivy, they, she pronouns, the transformed.
I'm Sarah, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Zaylin, they, them pronouns, the newborn.
I'm Nessa, she, her, Marrow, the Janice, also she, her.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play Wildfire or Johnny Styles. I am the star, he, him for both of us.
All right, we want to go down your labels and
Conditions
your
and all
labels
that good
conditions
stuff.
real quick.
Yeah, so Obsidian has guilty for condition. And then labels are danger +3, freak -2, savior -2, superior +2, and mundane +2. In my drives, the last two I have left are help a teammate when they need you, they most need you, and make out with a teammate.
He most needed me to make out with them.
Just
That should
really
count.
want to do that one. That's all.
You seem lonely.
This could be a fuck or die scenario, isn't it?
A what?
I mean, also just big old group pile.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like Ivy, though, just by themselves. Ivy has danger +2, freak +3, savior -2, superior -1, mundane +1, and all 5 conditions. At least last time I checked.
Oh, does you passing out not do anything for those?
I've double checked. I think if you do that, you heal some of them.
Oh, thank God.
I think.
That's like 2 or 3. Come on, Kirby.
Well, I don't know what happened last week because I didn't have
Yeah.
time to catch up on the.
Yeah, you
on
make
the-
you
on
make
the
clear one
episode, so-
condition when you kind of come back. You're gonna wake up in the Fishurian Church Riftarian.
Oh hell yeah!
Sure, yes.
Fishurian, Riftarian, Unitarian,
Yep.
what?
Universalist.
Universalist.
All
You
right.
got married in a
Studios.
group. In a group scenario.
For Rosalind.
See, yes, hold on a second. I got very excited by my notes. Also, don't worry, this isn't all notes. Half of it is a grocery list. The way God intended.
Turning Ivy.
You
into
should
a
read
salad.
that too, please. Yeah.
Dish towels. Okay, so +1 to danger, +3 to freak, +1 to savior, -1 to superior, 0 mundane, which is scary. Never had this low a mundane. I know I said that last week, but it's still true. And for conditions, every single condition except hopeless,
All right.
which is the one that I might actually be able, that I could cure at some point. That's the one where I'm like, I know how to throw myself into easy relief. But I don't know how to run away or hurt you.
Do you really wanna hurt you? All right. I think that leaves.
Oh, is that me?
Johnny?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, and
either.
then yeah,
Johnny, go ahead.
and then
Okay. I have a danger -2, a freak +2, a savior +1, superior +2, mundane +1. Huh. And I have every condition except insecure.
and Salem.
I have hopeless and insecure, and my labels are danger +3, freak +2, savior +1, superior -1, and mundane -2.
All right. You want to do a recap of what happened last week and get? I think Kirby, you said you watched the one, but
No, I didn't even get a chance to.
oh, cool.
I
Yeah, we get to
had-
catch you up on
Yeah. Yeah,
everything that happened.
Well, you saw a little bit at least.
I did. I caught a few minutes.
What'd y'all do last time? How'd that go?
Nessa, you got
So-
the notes. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
do. I'm gonna be honest, I did start at you breaking his nose.
Oh, okay. I think that was pretty early into the episode, so
So it was just
I
like us arguing with him for the most
pretty
part.
much. And then he told me that I shouldn't be there, and then I broke his nose.
Yes.
And then
Jason Blake's
continue.
Jason Blake's nose for the audiences.
And then Marrow accidentally broke Jason Blake's nose trying to redeem the situation because he was the one man who could help us take care of Ivy and help retrieve Ivy's parents. We had Zaylin asserted themselves after finding out that the reason we were able to find them so quickly was that we were tracking their phone. They stood up for themselves. We had a very awkward Uber ride, minus Zaylin, with just Issa, Johnny, and Marrow.
Zaylin went into the two guys in a truck that took Ivy to the Syrian church.
Exactly. Ivy is taken to the Syrian church, and we all go to Ivy's house to try to see, because we need access to your email for the, ransom stuff. And
But we
were
need
like,
someone who knows. We need someone who knows computers, so we called Michael.
AKA
Huh?
Friction, formerly Dr. Mr. Friction, formerly Gammers.
Professor Friction now.
PhD.
Yeah. That
I'm an adjunct
Didn't-
professor, really. I mean, I'm a high schooler, but
So he's joining our crew permanently.
no,
Nope.
No,
I-
absolutely not.
poor
Oh, are
idiot
you
got
sure?
called out there, then you're like, no.
No.
Kirby, I'm defending myself to you right now outside of taking a pause. Johnny was like, yeah, I'm good at emails. And Marrow immediately went like, yeah, that's great. You know who else is good at emails? My mom/aunt. I need somebody who's like one step who can't like enter the metaverse with their fingers, but who is one step above good at emails. So I was like, let's get Gammers in here. And then Issa and Johnny promptly invited Gammers to leave, but we did make Michael do the voice, which was a win.
Good. Yeah,
It was.
that voice is to die for. Like, it makes me want to die.
I heard someone say to die for. You want
Johnny
to call me
went-
daddy?
Okay, no, never mind. I'm gonna go lie down.
Now that you mention it.
What Issa dreams of. Or what Ivy dreams of. Too many I names. Johnny goes to see Detective Kinnick at her house after figuring out where she lives. Very conspicuously goes to see Detective Kinnick. She gives him some dope advice that basically boils down to just be you, Johnny, and also wear a sunglasses and hat when you come to see me next time.
Did Johnny just fly in?
Yes, of course. What else would he do?
Have you ever
and
seen
so then
Venture
Jen-
Brothers? I just imagine the big alien. Ignore me! This big, like, 30-foot alien following them. I'm observing!
So Johnny gets us all together, or he calls us on FaceTime and outlines his plan, which
The
is
next morning.
the next morning, after spending all night looking at maps and eating donuts or something. We take the jet, find what's their faces, Milf and the guy from the Matrix.
Milf and Milfette.
Wraith and...
Sable Star.
Sable Star.
I was
Wraith
about to
and
say
Sable Star.
MILF.
Wraith and Milf.
Wraith and Milf.
I think that's just her name now.
Yeah.
We kick their asses and then we force them to tell us where your parents are. And then also at some point he wants to call Jason on a burner phone, and then he apologized to Zaylin, Issa, and Marrow. The Marrow one not making a ton of sense because Marrow was unaware of you even doing anything. And you didn't confess to doing anything in your apology, so you were just like, Marrow, I'm sorry.
Hey, I covered my bases. Like,
That's true. It's a future apology.
Okay, so it's an indulgence.
Well, wow. That's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed a session. A lot went on. We'll say
Yeah.
you
I
wake
know
up.
how it feels, Kirby. I know how it feels. I can sympathize with how you feel right now.
Ivy, I'm trying to remember what actually knocked you out finally.
I think like a rocket launcher or something.
I think it was missiles or a rocket launcher or something,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
It was missiles.
Values and missiles.
You come to, you are gigantic, and there's a weird moment because you remember falling, like you remember being knocked unconscious and kind of like in the parking lot, partly on cars and other stuff. And like when you look down, it looks like a basketball court floor.
Is this a church?
Yeah, there's a moment where you look over and it's honestly, you know those like those the basketball courts inside of like a church. Always, you can kind of tell it's inside of
Oh
a
yeah,
church.
they have like a carpet floor for some reason.
Yeah,
They always in every single room there's always like a cross, no matter
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
yeah. There's just a moment, and like you look around and you see like there's a large mural of the rift, as well as like underneath it you've got some of the rift vegetation and other stuff all throughout it on one side of it. And as you just kind of look around, there's an older woman who is sitting on like the very small bleachers with just like a cup of tea and like a bit of a thermos cup, and she just, how you feeling?
Hurts.
I saw a little bit of that on the news.
Oh no.
I'm Brigitta Lugo. Zaylen asked us to keep you here because and just kind of like looks around. It's like needed a bigger place for you.
Oh. Where are we?
You're at the Fishurian Church.
Oh. Oh man. Where are my friends at?
They didn't tell me, but I'm assuming probably at home. They had some things going on, so I told Zaylen I'd keep an eye on you. When you put yourself back together, make sure you don't pull in. There's straps underneath you. Make sure you don't pull those in.
Straps?
They use it to help carry you in.
Ivy starts to move a little bit to try and feel what straps you're talking about.
Yeah, they're not around you, but they were like placed underneath you to kind of help lift
Oh,
you up
okay,
and bring
yeah,
you in. So it's one of those things though that like they're a little caught up on parts of you. It doesn't take a lot to kind of get them undone. But yeah, you managed to get that taken care of. And if you haven't already, remember you get to lose one of your conditions.
I think I'm gonna take angry away.
She offered you the thermos. She's like, "Would you like some tea?"
Yeah. And they start to slowly like they reach out a tendril to like take the teacup and like bring it back over and like sip it while they start to slowly like reassemble themselves.
Okay.
And just like sit up, but like in that like I'm on my butt with my knees up, pulled up to my chest, just like hunched over and just like sipping tea.
I forgot to ask this. Does Ivy have clothes, or is it just the foliage and such?
They wear clothes sometimes, I guess.
Like a
just your
Steve
coding shirt.
situation.
I feel like for the most part, there's just a kind of like there's not really anything to see.
Okay. Yeah, just
Yeah.
because it's like the swamp thing kind of thing where it's like,
Yeah. Like when they're in school or whatever, or just hanging out with friends, but then when bad shit happens every single fucking day, they just hulk out and all the clothes just like rip apart.
it gets expensive. We got Goodwill a lot. Yeah, she takes a moment. She's like, "Can I get you anything?"
Do you know where?
We had an extra charger for your phone.
Yeah, yeah. And they plug their phone in and like wait for it to blink on, and then check their messages and see if anybody sent them a text.
I'm sure there were a lot, y'all. What's happening on the group chat?
Marrow has to actually. I think Marrow doesn't text this as Marrow. She texts it from Rosalind's number, and it's just like Johnny has a stupid plan that's going to get your parents killed, and then later it's like we're working. Johnny is actually. It might not be the worst plan. I overreacted. It might be fine.
Zaylen texts little I imagine in this world there's like emoji specifically for the rift for like the Kashurians.
Oh, yeah,
like
sure.
there's a cross emoji. Several of whatever those emojis are, and then a smile face and a heart and a leaf and another like religious symbol emoji.
Do you think there are Scientology emojis?
Oh, for sure.
God, I hope
The,
not.
it's
I
the,
hope there
it's
is.
the alien with the big eyes.
Yeah. I was about to say Ivy actually just sends a text back with the rift emoji and then an alien emoji to Zaylen.
I think Issa just sends like one the night before, be like, hey, let me know if you get up anytime during the night or whatever. Worried about you. And you get one in the morning like, hey, I haven't heard from you. I guess you're still sleeping. Hope things are okay. I have no idea where the church is. Already come in and check on you.
Zaylen does text Brigida when they wake up. Let me know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, well, like, while Ivy's putting themselves back together, you get the text.
Ivy, you get from Johnny a message that is, I'm sorry I wasn't there to protect your parents. It won't happen again.
Because your parents are dead.
Ivy sends so Ivy reacts to Marrow's texts. The first one with the emphasis, like the exclamation point, double tap, and then the second one like a question mark, double tap. You know how the iPhone does that thing, and then to Johnny's text, Ivy just sends back a thumbs up. A very passive aggressive or mildly passive aggressive thumbs up.
Are we still on this? Or is there a new way Johnny has failed you?
No, I think it's just I don't know. And
Childhood friend sassiness.
yeah, and then Ivy sends a text to Issa and says, "Hey, I'm awake. I don't know where the fuck this church is, though. I guess ask Zaylen."
Are we still at the hex right now? Like, as a group, as they're waking up.
I don't think we ever left the hex.
Okay,
I
so
think
we're all getting
probably-
these boop boop boops.
Yeah.
And I think Issa glances down at her phone and she's like, Ivy's up.
Brigida texted me. We should
we
go
go get
check
them?
on it. And yeah, I'll show you guys where it is. Come on, it's not far.
Okay, I'm going
And
to
we
a church.
put it-
It's been so long. Okay.
We put it in
When my
Let me
friend
pull up
got
the,
married, I was his best man. On the way in, the priest is right there. He just stops right before and just turns in the doorway and goes, if Michael bursts into flames when we go in here, nobody laugh. That just encourages him. Just sweep him under the carpet and keep moving.
I don't think her
Wow.
family's the religious type, so she's very like, okay, we're doing this.
I think this would be like, so for what you guys think of, this isn't like going into like if you're a lapsed Catholic and going to a Catholic church. I think this is imagine if any of you went into a Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall. Like it's just, this feels very strange.
So
and
it's
like,
a cult.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't call it a cult and a cult.
It's not a murder cult though. And no one's going to brand you and make you a sex slave. So.
Not yet. But I
And
did
I've seen-
hear
I've
the
seen the stuff you
Fishurians
talk
have
about.
started an MLM, so
Yeah.
they're already halfway there.
Yeah. I was about to say, but they're this close to selling knives and management courses.
It's a very like, it's a cult, but they don't ever talk about that. So
They sell essential oils instead and use
Yep.
bees as healing remedies.
it's all crystals and crystals gathered from the rift plants type thing.
Mm. See, I wanted to ask you about that, Sarah, because I think you were kind of the one who like created the canon for the Fishorians, and I kept meaning to ask you what kind of church it was. Like, is it like kind of a normal like religion now, or is it like actually like a cult that Zaylen just got sucked into?
I think Zaylen doesn't understand the full meta of the church. That's the only word I can think of is meta of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a connection to the rift, and they feel like, well, if they are connected to the rift and I'm connected to the rift, maybe we have something in common. I don't think they're fully into like, because I think this group has this, I am tapping into some deep seated like religious trauma shit here.
Are you okay
get
with
to make
that?
this.
Are you,
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have processed this again and again and again. There's a very much almost, I wouldn't say an apocalyptic prophecy type thing here, but there is like the rift is going to save us. That's the kind of idea they have.
Eschatological rapture type thing.
Yeah.
I love
We
that
gotta-
stuff.
Let's hang out
Love
at
it.
the church more. This place is cool.
Good. We should definitely explore some Fishorian theology in the next,
That's
next few
necessary, man.
episodes.
I
am throwing
will
that
I will
information into the Fishurian Church to a large degree. Sarah, you are allowed to do what you want with how that church is. Like the rest of us can add details, but that is your play box to expand as you wish.
This group is, and like, but they're not like, I can't express this enough. 90% of them aren't bad people. I think there's a few really crazy ones in there, but 90% are not. They're not bad people. I think it's in general. It's just like this is our social spot type of thing.
But those 10% are the people in charge, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for like a moment to like actually ask about it. I've been meaning to ask you about it for a while, so I'm glad.
so we're going to church.
Going to church.
Ivy.
I forget. We put it at a park. We put it near a park. Near the
yeah,
Hex.
it's actually pretty close to Grindcore.
Oh, sweet.
You always wondered what that giant luminescent building was.
It's in our Philly stuff.
Ivy,
Hey,
I'm so glad you're okay. Why is this basketball court carpeted?
I don't. My uncle goes to church and they have the same thing in theirs, but there's like a Baptist or something. I don't really understand. I don't understand it.
All right, cool. I thought maybe it was a rift thing.
Because it's easier to clean carpets than it is hardwood floors.
I would disagree from my life
I
experience.
would disagree. I have a child who poops and pees everywhere, so
Oh, you
I
do
don't
need
know,
to
that-
wax hardwood.
that's-
I have a dog who poops and pees.
yeah, dogs
That's-
probably worse.
That's Johnny's response to why it's carpeted. And then he's like, I don't fucking know.
I think Ace is like, not from what I've seen. It's
Oh,
easy to
the
clean things out.
The carpet's not permanent. It comes up. They put it down for you, so you're more comfortable.
Oh, okay. What? Okay, this is the church. All right. What's the plan?
Johnny,
What's going on here? Where
Can
am I?
we?
Did we figure out where my parents are?
No, but we do know what Wraith and Sable Star want from us, which is they want us. I think you knew that part. They want us to steal the jet from
Mhm.
Blake Industries. Well, they've given us a location.
Wait, the jet? I thought it was.
The space jet.
Oh, that's right. The shuttle
Yeah,
thing.
like
yeah,
the rift hopper.
the rift. Yeah.
So
Rift Hopper.
So the plan is we're gonna let Zaylin here talk to Blake, and we're just gonna see if we can get permission to just have that shuttle and meet them as if we're gonna give them the shuttle. But Blake and his Goonies will know where we are, so they can come and deal with Wraith and Sable Star after they give us your parents.
Also, Jason's probably very mad at both Issa and I.
Yeah, they broke his nose and then broke it again.
Like you do.
Ivy like looks over at Issa and Mara and throws out two like little tiny fists to like fist bump.
You can tell, since you're now looking at Issa, Issa's so uncomfortable being in here. She's just like so incredibly uncomfortable being in a church. She's just like sort of like stiff, and she like sees the fist, and she just does like a little bump. But like her, like if she would probably constrict herself, like with her arms being crossed. If it was
I have now
inside
put a picture of the Fishurian pastor in there.
Oh,
No.
her. Oh,
Wait, okay, I'm.
Is she
gonna be
still
hot?
thinking, but let's see if she's hot. Hang on.
Please don't make my mentor hot.
I don't think
I'm
Michael has
begging
a,
you.
Michael has an
Why is she
inability-
hot?
Come on, bro.
Michael
come
has
on.
an inability to make me
Michael,
not
Dude!
do you ever make not attractive people in your
Oh.
It's just art breeder.
Jason Blake. Jason Blake's not hot.
Mommy.
That's true. Jason Blake is.
So if you know,
I mean,
like-
he's got a certain quality.
So like, you know how like
He's got a
pastor is
daddy. He's
called
got a daddy
father.
one. It would give you $20 a month, $20 quality, like a FinDom quality.
So like a pastor's called father. Would like a lady pastor be like mother or
I think
Mommy.
Oh,
I think mother would be
remember, it depends on
very
what you're-
culty.
yeah. Oh, the mother.
She's just
Mother
called
Brigida
Brigida.
Lugo.
She's called like deacon, like a Pastor Brigida. That's all.
all right.
Or Pastor Lugo.
Alrighty then.
And also,
I swear to God, I'm so mad about this.
Ivy, not to be.
This is my mentor.
You can have a hot mentor.
It's a
Ivy's eyes
CW show.
kind of-
Everybody's attractive. You know how this goes.
Ivy's eyes kind of finally focus and they actually see Brigida and go, oh. No, I'm just
I look right at Ivy. I'm like, don't.
kidding. Don't even think about it.
Zalen's learning more about human social interaction every day, mostly due to horny shenanigans. Ivy,
What
not
is
to be-
masks but horny shenanigans, if we're being honest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that was what it was intended.
We're
for.
casting it like a television show. Like the ugliest person on there is still like conventionally attractive.
Yeah.
The
Like
youngest
Morgan
person's
said, a
still an
CW.
A CW show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8. Yep.
Ivy, not to be like a buzzkill, but I know I will not accept that fist bump because one, mine was an accident. And two, we are in a very delicate situation in which Jason Blake can help us get your parents back. Although he is an asshole, and I would like to break his nose on purpose when we are out of this situation.
No, you're right. All right.
Also, I have a
Um,
clipboard now.
All right. I think Ivy's kind of pulled themselves all the way back together at this point, and is kind of like standing, rubbing their temples, and is like,
You want a
So-
coffee or anything?
yeah, actually.
Okay. And he's just gonna take that opportunity to like leave the church and go to go to Grindcore to get a coffee because she does not want to be in the church. And she's
Before
like,
I
"Oh, do y'all
say
want
yes,
anything?"
he's just already outside.
and like while she's outside, she's like, "Oh shit!" And she texts the group. She's like, "What do y'all guys want anything for the coffee shop?"
You should text
Yeah.
me your answer because I'm gone.
I think as Issa leaves, Ivy starts to ask a question and then stops and starts to like look around and is like, let's go outside.
I think Zalen's gonna stop and talk to Brigida for a second.
God can hear us in here.
Pastor Lugo, thank you so much for keeping Ivy safe. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. You and your friends, we would like to see, remain safe and good. You've been a good friend to the church, Zaylen.
Thank you so much. I gotta go. We're gonna get some coffee. If you guys need anything, you can always call us, right? If
Mhm.
anything ever happens.
Yeah. Just kind of
Okay.
smiles and she goes, take care.
Thank you. And then I head outside to meet the others.
Any MILFs come attack this church.
The MILFs! I'm gonna fight you. Oh, you beat me.
First Milfist Church of Philadelphia.
Oh.
I don't know.
What are we up to at Grindcore?
God
Now we
damn it.
worship.
Now we worship. God damn it, Michael. So, okay, let me just get this right. You want to borrow Jason Blake's jet. We're going to take it to them and trade the jet for my parents. And then what? Jason Blake is just taking the jet back. He's doing this for free. He's not.
Well,
It's
Wraith and
true. Why did he agree to this?
Wraith and Sable Star are a thorn in his side. Plus, if anything goes wrong, he can blame a group of upstart superheroes. Basically, we're getting rid of a villain for him that's causing him a lot of headaches. And He kind of thinks Wraith and Star are the ones that broke in and stole
Blake
everything.
Industries.
Yeah, you know the heist. He
Ah.
thinks it's them. At least I think he thinks it's them.
Well,
That's
All right, I
great.
mean,
and
what-
no one close to us would have to be like traded over to him.
I mean, whatever we got to do to get my parents back, I think that's a good move.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dramatic irony.
Hey,
Marrow's weird comments don't just extend to her own secret identity.
That'd be a hilarious
So-
superhero ability, like dramatic irony. I will drop hints of things that my player knows about, but my character does not.
That's a one for unknown armies, for like not the armed battlemancer, but like a plot
Like
mancer.
a cinemancer.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think Issa's sipping like her, because I'm looking at their website right now. She's sipping the swamp thing while they're talking, and it's an ice Americana with green mint syrup and soy creamer.
Oh my god, they made Ivy into a drink?
Oh,
Ivy, you go here so much they made a drink after you.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's vegan, so I'm kind of like their mascot.
so
Even
is-
though
is
I
that
guess they're eating
cannibalistic
me.
for you?
I don't know. Honestly, it's a little weird now that I think about it.
I think Johnny is very weirded out because he has never actually been here, and he's like,
You have y'all came here before.
I thought we got takeout from there though.
"Is
No, Johnny and Ivy.
Oh yeah, you had your
Oh
friend
yeah,
there.
yeah. We had our little powwow here.
Okay, then he's not.
I'm just fascinated by everything. This is like I've never been here before. This is so cool. This place is neat.
So they want Wraith and Star want everything done within the next couple days. So I think the next move is to get the burner phone for Zaylin to talk to Jason.
Okay. Do we know how we're gonna get that, or is we just one of the things we just go to Blake Industries and ask for Jason and ask for a
No,
burner
no,
phone?
no. You're gonna call them from a phone we're gonna pick up from the drugstore next door. Like one of those like pay $50 and it gives you a number with no name or information.
Okay.
And all it does is you just make the phone call. But I think we want to be in a more secluded area when we make that phone call so nobody can like listen in.
Okay.
Or maybe there's a payphone. Landline. Can't go wrong with that.
Wait, real quick. Did you guys? What happened to the guy that was shooting me?
Oh, Heathcliff? Herschel?
He's
Hemlock.
dead.
Hemlock?
It's not dead.
No, he's not. He's in Blake custody.
Then it would have been so much more surprising when she saw him later.
I don't think we're ever going to see him again. Hopefully.
He
Oh,
can
by the way,
teleport. We'll see him
Ivy,
again.
can you analyze this? It's one.
Yes.
It's one of the patches.
I analyze it.
Yeah, essentially, it's a fairly high tech teleportation device. It, for the most part, has what you can tell is it also should hook up into like a visor or glasses system that allows someone to do a nearby teleport, or they can also do like have a couple things programmed in, and there actually are a few places programmed in.
Issa, this would work so well for you.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about just metagaming as Kirby. I was just thinking how cool it would be for Issa to be able to just blink while they kick people's asses.
Well, speaking of which, I do have the thing where if I have a piece of tech, hold on, what is it called? No powers, not nearly enough training. You always pick up new gear to keep yourself in the game. Whenever you pick up a new piece of gear, you can write it down as a new ability, and this line is empty.
Yeah, if you want to teleport, the teleport pack.
There you go.
I'm gonna get rid of my.
Wow.
I did use my flash grenade, so it is empty now. I used it on my cousin by accident, so I have a teleportation button.
When Johnny when Ivy realizes what it is, they'll look at Issa and be like, "Hey, do you want to like teleport?"
I mean, we can.
Sounds like you're offering
I mean-
drugs. Hey,
I will
Do
definitely.
you want to port?
Do you want a port, man?
Do you want to do some blink?
Yeah, I think she's like, yeah, that actually be kind of cool, right?
Yeah, come here. And they like take your goggles. I think they're gonna use your goggles. Like just and like they're gonna hook the
My secret identity's been no I'm kidding.
Oh no, I took the goggles off. Oh my god.
You're weird.
And they're gonna like like manufacture some like hookup into your goggles. So when you put them on, you can like just whatever.
Now just picture
I
you
can, like-
doing the Irma God face with like, my God, oh my God, you can't recognize me.
Oh.
Learner.
Yeah, I think she's gonna put the goggles back on and like, does it look any different?
Yeah, oh, is
Looks
your
like
thing,
more
is
of
your
a
thing
nerd.
a one-time use, or is it just going to be used until you get a new one?
Let's see here. The first time you use each piece of gear, directly engage a threat, unleash your powers, or defend someone, you can roll plus mundane instead of your normal label. It doesn't say that it's a one-time use.
Okay, looks like just the first time you get to use it with the mundane.
I have to
instead of the other
roll.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that basically as you kind of go through, suddenly there is just a there's a system, and Ivy, you can probably with your ability to kind of do all the to interface directly with it, you can probably put a small switch like near the thumb or something. So
Yeah.
basically, you just kind of look and then just click it, and it'll lock in, and you can use that to teleport. It'll follow your eyes, and then probably hit it a second time, and you can pop yourself over. So if you double click it like on your glove probably, you just and then or boom to lock, do some stuff, and then hit it a second time, or probably double click it to go.
You're muted, Mel.
Once it's complete and everything's set up, I think there's a park like right a couple blocks away, and he says like, "Can we go test it? Can we go test it out? Can we?"
Let's go.
Yeah.
While Johnny and Zaylin go get that burner phone and get this plan sorted out. Let's go figure out what's going on. But we gotta hurry.
Yeah. Who are you gonna be with? Miro, are you gonna go with them to get the phone, or you can come join us in the park?
I'm gonna stand behind you guys while you're having fun teleporting, just like developing a stress twitch. Like it's very subtle, but you just see Mero go like this a whole bunch of times, but just does not say anything.
Can I? You know, here's something. I wanna. Do you have any conditions, Mel?
I do.
I was thinking about doing a little double move, not double move, but like kind of like.
So we're finally
comfort
gonna
and
get rid of
support.
one of your things.
Yeah. Kind of like comfort and support a little bit to help Issa get rid of a condition, but I was hoping to get rid of hopeless by flinging myself into easy relief by doing like light combat training to like
play
help
wrestling.
Issa, yeah, like to help Issa like figure out how this thing works by like throwing like my arms at them or whatever, you know.
Throwing myself at them.
I mean, there might be a couple times where like they they'll
Wait,
wrap around
with
Issa,
a teammate,
and
wait,
like they
oh,
get really close, and like they realize what's happening, they just pull away.
And they're like,
Aw.
Ivy, you should like throw yourself at Itza. I mean, like not in that way,
yeah,
but like for training, you know?
like shooting my spiky arms and yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that could be a comforted support role, but also flinging myself into easy relief. I don't know.
I think you should just do it for turning yourself in easy relief.
Okay,
Yeah, just
that's what I'm doing.
I'm okay for now. I only
Yeah,
have
but-
one, so it's fine.
Okay.
If you're
Well, I
not
would
gonna
say,
throw
yeah.
yourself,
Usually, one of the things that's usually following your worst is compulsive instinct.
That's
What did she say, Nessa?
he said, if you're not gonna throw yourself, and then I went like,
Yeah. Usually with like clearing hopeless, it means not just like you're doing some easiest, quickest way to relieve your feelings. Most likely, stupid decisions in pursuit of stupid fun.
It is stupid fun. We're play fighting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. I was kind of like,
If it's
I don't
play,
know.
I would say well, part of it because there's usually a bit of a cost there. But if it's play fighting where you actually end up without realizing it doing some damage to the park.
oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Who gives a
Have
shit?
you
We're
met?
teens.
Have you met me?
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, part
I
of
think
it's
there's a couple
time-
times where Issa like teleports into a tree and like like up in a tree and it like falls out. And just like really,
landscaping.
Ivy
Yeah.
destroys a few park benches.
Yeah,
Like,
as the two of you are doing it, at one point you look up though and you see like there's across the way there's a father and his like 3 kids and they're all kind of crying and gathered in and he's like hovered down like behind a sort of a fountain and they're just looking at you terrified as you are like
sorry.
as Ivy's just giggling, like while they're just like smashing park benches and shit.
Don't worry, I bone Spider up so I can get higher, and I say, "Don't worry, citizens. Everything is okay.
God.
Nothing is wrong."
Mara's just boning around in the park, and
Oh
people-
god, that sounds so bad.
those
I don't know
benches
why-
had it
Boning
coming.
around needs to
I
be a
don't know why
t-shirt.
it's taken us this long for us to say
Boning
boning
around.
around. Mara's boning around.
There's nothing that citizens find more comforting than a bone spider.
Full disclosure, I have started a note on my phone with all the funny phrases I caught for this thing, and bone around is getting added to it.
I just want
Not-
what I want in my hero is for my hero to bone around. That's what that's what I want in my hero.
Time is down, time is down. Here's my phone. Gotta
Boning
bone
around the park.
the
Great
spider
Cat
web.
Stevens song.
Is that a Cat Stevens song?
It could be.
It is now.
It is now.
All right, yeah. So y'all
If
are
it
doing
isn't,
that.
someone should make it.
And you two are going for the burner phone. Does one of you have it, or do you still have it back at like Ivy's?
I was gonna. No, we don't have one. There wasn't one given to us.
Yeah, there was
So
one
we're
on
gonna
the
go-
bed, but I can't remember if someone destroyed that or not.
No, that was wraiths. That was specifically
Oh,
given
okay,
us
yeah,
by wraith.
you're for
Yeah, and Ivy did crush that.
okay.
So, yeah. So we're gonna go buy a new one to use for Blake, and then we're gonna get rid of it.
Okay.
So
So
Throw it in the river.
the two of you go to like a T-Mobile or something.
yeah, or like one
yeah.
of, or like a Boost Mobile, one of those
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really,
Boost Mobile.
really like.
Virgin has the best burner phones. They're fancy, but also the number is garbage.
Yeah, as you kind of grab stuff, the guy just sort of looks at the two of you and goes, "You part of the elementals?"
know who we are.
well, yes.
You're
Why?
Wildfire, and you're saying like, why do you need a burner phone?
We're doing some covert operations.
Sex
That-
stuff.
Wait, what did you say? Sarah, what did you say?
Sex stuff.
Oh,
Sex.
I think it was that or tech stuff. Yeah, and his eyes just kind of go wide and goes, okay,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
got this set up. Hope nobody can. Do you need 2 of them?
Just the one.
No, we just need the one.
Mo, are you all right?
Mo's dead.
Mo,
Sarah killed Mo.
Mo has passed away. And
It's
Sarah
over.
is to blame.
At first, I'm like, I thought you said that, but I might have been tech stuff.
No, I heard it correctly, and
Yeah.
I feel, and that's why I'm laughing so hard, because I'm the only one that really heard.
I also heard, but then I was distracted because you said marrow, and I was like, for once, it's not me. It's Zaylin
As-
living up to their fullest
as you're-
potential.
As you're walking away, you see the guy like on his phone just.
Hey,
bad
hey, no,
No, Johnny, do not confront him.
no. we did not-
Twitter.
no,
What?
we did not buy a phone here. You did not see us.
Did not see who.
Keep that shit off of Twitter. Too many times we've been fucked up because of people tweeting with covert, undercover.
Your fans, you gotta. You can't be yelling at people at a T-Mobile.
Do you not have a guy for this?
Tell me what you mean by that, Michael.
Slam the door.
Hi, I'm a fairly famous superhero, and this is my teammate who doesn't look human. The two of us are gonna get a covert phone.
As we get out the door, I'm like, hat and sunglasses. She was right. Hat and sunglasses.
Like you get a text from Tommaso. It literally just says, all caps, sex stuff.
It was Zaylen, not me.
This is the maddest Tommaso's ever been at us. We blew up a helicopter last week.
And then there's just this. There's a moment just like dot 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 dot, and then this whole thing. It's essentially a talk about like STDs and like how that could ruin how that could be a problem with a team, and like you don't shit where you eat.
I've got a little gift bag at the Hex for you. Come get it before you do anything.
Yeah.
Tommaso is officially your dad now, so start drafting those adoption papers.
Oh my God.
I know you need your parents' money, but still.
I just kind of like look at Zalem like, sex stuff?
They're not going to think we're going to Blake Industries, that's for sure.
That's the best we can come up with?
I hope we didn't specify burner phone.
No, I just said we need a. Oh, I actually were like, no, we need a phone that we can get rid of easily. So technically, yeah.
We're teenagers. I mean, what else do they think we're going to do with it?
Fair
Johnny,
enough.
you have a room in the school to jack off in.
It's not
I forgot about that.
Steve does have his own jerk off room. I forgot about that.
It is to let fire out, not.
And
The
for
school-
pregnant women,
The school
to nurse.
the school psychologist literally gave Johnny his own jerk off room.
I completely forgot about that.
What's wrong with our characters?
Okay, technically that was a lie Johnny told to take on blame. But yes, what is wrong with our characters?
They do. That's canon.
Oh my god.
Johnny's just like, let's go down by the river and make this phone call.
And Johnny, when
Please.
you get off of the text with Tommaso, your Twitter thing has like it just says 100 plus for notifications.
As we're walking, I'm just like reading them out loud
Oh
to
my-
Zaylen.
Yeah, the idea of Zaylen it's weird how quickly people will Photoshop a pairing. Like you don't know if they
If you
had it
Google
ready.
Johnny Styles Rule 34, there's just like the top Google search results.
I'm just like swiping and showing. This is what this is now. We are now shipped.
It's actually impressive how quickly they made fan art.
Yeah, we are now shipped.
Aw.
Farrah was just in the park stressed, but also looking at her phone and being like, why is Xylefire trending right now?
Let's make a note of that somewhere where all of us can see it.
my god.
on
How do
the
you spell
note.
that?
You mean
Would it be
Zale-
Whalian, which would be
That'd
better?
Zalefire. Zalefire.
Whale fire.
Xylefire. I'm putting that on the middle note.
Oh, it's on the middle. No, why did the things I say become?
Wild Ian. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see the fan art that our actual fans create for
Yeah,
this.
I hope-
OTP once repairing, correct?
If Tangy's not on here, I need them to make this.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Tangy
Well,
is,
I mean, do
is
we
absent
actually-
today, but I will make it happen.
do we actually want Zaylen and Johnny Rule 34 fan art? Do we actually want that?
Do we?
Don't
The answer is yes. Yeah.
We
The answer is yes. We do.
Oh my god.
The consensus is yes.
To be fair, everyone's not paying attention to what we're doing. They think we're
I think you're
Owning.
doing something else.
At this point, Johnny just kind of like stops and looks at Zaylin. He's like, I don't know what's different about you, but I like it. Keep it up. It just continues walking.
Very
Cool.
interesting, Johnny. Interesting choice. Interesting choice indeed.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny. Do you want to play with my burner phone? Do you want to go steal my spaceship?
It hurts so much to laugh.
Oh,
It hurts so much to laugh.
You want to come back to
this
my...
is your fault, though. This is totally your fault.
I
You
know
can't
it's my
blame
fault,
other
I get
people
it.
for this.
Do you want to explore the rift?
Take my headphones out. I will take my headphones out.
Oh no!
That was the best one, Kirby. Just stop. I think
Thank
you
you.
got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
Thank
you realize there has to be Rule 34 about the actual rift.
you.
Oh. Oh.
Sit with that for a second.
Oh, God.
Oh god. Oh my god, I've been crying nonstop.
I know.
I
me
haven't
too.
not been read this whole episode.
That was great.
And granted, I did have one beverage, but still, this is a lot for me.
I'm sober as a cat.
Also same. Oh god, my face hurts.
Oh man, good jokes. Good times.
Oh.
So what's Ivy up to?
Getting close to Issa. No, okay.
Oh god.
Boning around
Terrorizing
the
a
park with
family
Mara.
and flirting.
Mara's boning around the park.
No, I'm just standing there in front of you guys, just like,
With your bone out.
Soul bone. Solitary bone in the park.
you know what? Actually, Michael, I know we're doing a lot right now,
Mhm.
but I don't. I feel like Mara was inwardly very lonely at this moment, and
Oh.
watching Issa and Ivy just like flirt fight in the park. Johnny and Zaylin are off and apparently are fucking, according to Twitter.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna run away.
Oh.
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 Before I inflict hopeless on you. Like, I'm the only
Exactly.
one who
Also,
won't
so
find
I-
love.
I don't need to pass out. So
Poor
I'm
Mara.
gonna run from something difficult, which is all of this.
What's
Emotions,
that get rid of?
afraid. And I'm just gonna go home and probably like cry on my aunt for some reason. She's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Oh. Bear doesn't
Yeah.
know how to process her feelings, and therefore.
Damn you playing your character properly.
Yes.
Oh no!
As you burst in, she's doing like the work from home right now, and just kind of on that. Carolyn is just sort of working. The door opens up, and she's like, "Hey, Rosalind."
Hey, Carolyn.
She kind of stops and just turns. Rosalind, what's wrong?
I had a bad day.
And she just gets up and just comes over to you and just like takes you in just like a big bear hug.
How sturdy is she? Like as a lady?
I picture her as one of those that she looks like she would be kind of frail, but like has got a core of steel, like one of those that like strength and toughness is a little like you wouldn't know it to look at her, but when
Does she do yoga and Pilates like a lot? Like one of those sort of bodies.
she's also trying to keep up with. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
one
I
of
kind
those
of-
you're
I kind
like,
of
Jesus,
ju-
you're strong.
Yeah. I kind of do that like I forget what's it's like a koala hug almost. Like I'm too big for it at this point and I'm too old, but I kind of do that because kids are always doing like
Oh,
a
you just
koala
kind of
hug.
just
You
like,
glomp.
Yeah, I glomp on.
Okay. And she just kind of like the two of you just sort of on a couch, and she's just sort of stroking your hair and go, if you want to talk about it, you can. If not, I understand.
It just I don't they're I feel like everyone else has these like emotions and I have them too, but I don't know how to get them out and I don't feel like there's a lot of shit going on and I don't I don't know if we're gonna go through with Johnny's plan, but I just
And she goes, I don't pretend to understand what this is like. I know my sister often. Your mom often tortured herself about stuff like this. And I can say that you have been doing so well. You've done all this time. I think you can do it.
at that I just weep into her shoulder for like 15 minutes
Okay.
and then pretend like I didn't do that.
Okay.
So how long after she leaves do Ivy and Issa actually stop horsing around to actually realize that Miro's not there?
I think realistically, it's like at least 10 minutes or 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, I think yeah, Issa stops and she's like looks around like where did Miro go?
I don't know. And then Ivy's gonna take out their phone and like check and see if Mara like texted them or anything, and then be like,
Yeah, Issa's gonna check
Where did you
her
go?
too. Yeah.
in the group chat, Mara, where did you go?
Mara, is your phone on like silent, vibrate, or do you have the sound on?
If I've finished my crying, at that point, even if it's buzzing, I'm going to continue crying. If
Yeah,
I'm done with my crying,
It'll be a little bit on
Yeah.
this. Where's
no response.
Where's Zaylin and Johnny going after
Johnny.
the burner?
The river.
Down by the river, so like we're out of anywhere like anybody could be watching.
Okay.
Like kind of under a bridge or something.
Somewhere secluded.
Right. What should I ask? What should I ask Jason for specifically? Just the vehicle. Just try to explain the plan about getting the vehicle and then having him meet us.
Well, yeah, ultimately I don't want to break in and take the shuttle. I would
Yeah.
rather him just let us waltz in, take the shuttle, track it, and then be able to pounce if we need them.
Okay.
Kind of like
All right.
But I don't know with those two breaking his nose if he's even gonna help us now.
Let me
But-
talk to him. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
All right, you got this.
I dial the number.
And then after a moment, someone's like, Blake Industries.
Hi there. I need to speak to Jason Blake, please.
Who may I ask is calling?
His sibling.
There just a moment goes through and goes, is Mr. Blake expecting this call?
In a way,
What does this refer to?
he'll know.
Just a moment. And there's a moment, and then after about 30, 40 seconds, my sibling?
He's already so mad.
He's pissed.
We have an idea, and we need your help.
Just a moment.
You want Wraith and Sables?
He goes, so, consider yourself like a daughter to my father. That makes us siblings.
I know you consider me more of a pet, but Henry was as much as my parent as yours.
Anyway, we have business.
We do. You want Sable Star and Wraith, right?
Yes.
Sable Star and Wraith want your ship.
I'm aware.
I'm not gonna question why you want to go back into the rift. But we can get you them, but we need your assistance. Rather than breaking into your building to get the ship, you let us in to the building to get the ship, track the ship, And then when we quote, quote, deliver it to them, you come in if there's any issues. You're not going to lose your ship, but it helps to have not so many conflicts in the scenario. And we have a bigger villain.
Johnny, you get a text from an unknown number. It just says, "This is Angus. Where are the Intrepids?" And over the phone, you just hear him go, "I might be able to make this work, but it can't be as simple as you just being given it. If you're given it, they're going to know something's wrong. However, if you happen to know when is a good time to take it."
That's where we need your assistance. Make it easy to get in and out, or make it easy and look difficult.
Could be possible. Give me just a moment. My colleague is checking with one of our people whether that's possible. Johnny, you get 2 question marks are sent to you.
Puts the address to the warehouse and clicks send.
Okay. Moment later, goes, "When are you planning on going and taking the ship? I can make sure that there's a very minimal amount of people there."
1 second. I cover the phone. When do we want them to come? When do we want to do this?
According to the email, they want us to meet them in. So it was 3 days.
Well, it's within a couple days. You let them. It's not like they're going to be like, "Steal the ship," and then just keep it somewhere. Like, if you get a hold of them when you take it, they'll meet you. They just want that within a couple days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean you got it early?
Well, just keep it at your house.
They want it within 3 days. So how about tonight?
Okay. Tonight.
That'll work. Johnny,
time do
you
you think
just
it
get a
should go?
text that says thanks.
I quickly reply, "Watch out for the bitch with the sword. She can teleport them out."
Then on it.
I just took the knife and went.
So disappointed in you, Johnny.
I'm
What time?
proud of you.
Johnny is
Should we
not
say-
happy with himself at the moment.
Should we say 11 p.m.? Or you're still gonna have your guards on duty at that point?
There'll have to be at least a few people there, but they're not going to be hard to subdue.
Oh,
We'll make sure it's only a few.
Okay.
We have stuff on it to
Good
track
talking
it.
to you.
Zaylin, I just remember, as much as you might think my father loved you, you were never more than a pet to him.
Is he trying to move my labels? Trying to influence
Yeah.
me? I have a move I want to use on this.
Mhm.
yes, moves.
I don't care what you think, and I can add +2 reject someone's influence.
I want to break his nose again.
Issa just teleports from like miles away.
It just breaks
Zaylen
his
has
nose
weird
again.
powers. You could use your powers and be like, I have punching telepathy. I don't know.
That is a 10.
All right. Yeah, with a 10, you choose 2. So you can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one down of your choice. Cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
We're not in battle, so I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna
Well, the
mark
thing is,
potential.
that one you could do, but you could keep for later. But if you still want them to have influence over you for other reasons, it can still be interesting to keep it.
Reject their influence. So what does that have +1 over them? What does that?
If you just want to make a note, you have +1. Like the +1 forward against them means essentially next time you have to do something sort of against Jason, you get a +1.
I'll take that and save it for later. Let me see, +1 over Jason.
And then I don't know if you. It's going to be hard to immediately act to prove them wrong,
I have,
unless you can think of something.
even if I was a pet, least he told me he loved me.
Oh,
Clear condition or mark potential.
Let's mark potential. So I can get another thing.
And
That's
the
better than punching telepathy.
it's hard to hear someone slam a modern day cell phone call over, but you kind of feel it.
He's got punched. He got his nose broken twice, and his emotions broken. Yeah.
Just
got his
cuts
nose
to
broken
him.
twice and his heart broken once.
He's just in the shower in his clothes, just crying.
And Zayla, as soon as the phone hangs up, you're just like,
Zaylin, I'm not there, but Zaylin, you're really coming into your own.
Spicy.
Spicy.
tonight, 11 p.m. Can we retcon that I got the address from him
Oh yeah. The address gets sent to you.
tonight, 11 p.m. Any staff will be easy to subdue.
Yeah. Well, actually,
get the
you already knew the address. You knew where it was being kept. You were told that by Wraith.
yeah.
Okay.
Johnny just is surprised or is very distant at this point. It's good. Okay. I think we should all get some rest. At this point, I look at the group text like, Mara, did you go?
I think Issa's gonna text Mero separately, be like, "Hey, everything okay? You just ran off without saying anything to
At
anybody."
which point, Issa and Ivy, you kind of hear like police sirens getting closer as you sort of look around and realize you done tore some shit up.
Oh shit! Break! Time to go.
Cheese it!
Let's go, Ivy. I think Issa's just pushing Ivy. You're muted. Oh, there you are, Kirby.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Out. Run.
Like Issa sends a text and it's like, all right, let's go. And boof.
Okay.
And we'll start like teleporting like away. Just
Is that what it's called now? Boofing?
boofing.
Boofing.
I assume while they're running, Johnny's just gonna send a quick group text. 11 o'clock tonight. This section of Blake Industries, we're stealing the helicarrier, or the copter, the thing. We're stealing the thing, and it's literally that the helicarrier, the thing.
Issa, does Obsidian have a Twitter account for Obsidian, not for Issa?
No.
Okay.
It's if anything, it's a private account.
Would Issa have a like an
Issa
alert
has her
for
own
Obsidian?
Twitter account.
But would Issa
But she knows.
would have an alert for Obsidian text to pop up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's at one point so that usually one of the things that comes through. I'm heartbroken. I always thought Obsidian and Johnny would end up together.
I think this is the first time she's actually like realizing what's happening on Twitter, and like stops. Like they're probably like a good like a couple blocks away, so they're not getting caught. She's gonna stop and like look at the phone. She's like, "The fuck is going on?" And start like flipping through the stuff. And she's like, "Ivy, do you see this?"
What? And Ivy looks at all the shit and it's like,
Ivy, you get a couple too. There are also people who at this point realize. I believe you're the only cis male on the team.
Oh, so Johnny, everyone's just
Yeah,
like Johnny
everyone else
Harem.
either femme or femme presenting. I think correct.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. So like
ish.
Or androgynous.
Yeah.
all of you,
Yeah.
all of you get if you have a thing, either if you have an account or if you have where your other account is looking for those. There's a lot of people that have shipped all of you. Well, not only all of you with Johnny. There's a shocking number of people who can ship the entire group.
Just all of us together.
This could be our legacy. There's no other group that has this much that has an entire group shipping.
I guarantee the Omegas
Oh,
have that.
Hold
yeah,
on,
but
real quick.
not as hard as this.
Real quick. I'm an innocent dad. What the hell is shipping?
It's when you put two
Aw.
people together and you make them kiss or do other things, even if they don't do so in the canon
It's-
of the TV show.
It's
or movie.
photoshopping.
Well,
No,
No,
you can
it's-
fan
it's-
fiction, fan art.
It's like you're thinking like these two like Castiel and
Dean,
Dean
Drary
from like Supernatural. You're like,
Drary's-
oh, they look so cute together. They're the greatest, cutest couple. Like that's how you ship them.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Relationship.
people who were hoping, like, Tom Holland and Zendaya would get together. Like, I guarantee you a lot of people going, oh, I'm sure they'll be a couple. And when they were, it was like Christmas.
So
Okay.
basically, it's relation. It's like imagine people like characters or people in a relationship, and then when it becomes real, it becomes canon.
And they are
But also, you
emotionally
can live in the
invested.
world of uncanon. There's so many
Yeah.
Drary fan fictions. So many.
Yep.
Sure.
Also,
Um,
Michael, can
Ivy
I roll to
knows,
see
though.
how horny the internet is?
It's like
From
how
Camaro.
Ivy,
Sure.
how you ship Ivy and Rosalina.
Roll percentage.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have
I ship
percentage
Ivy and
dice. I just
Rosalina.
have
That
these.
that
Wait,
I got percentage
that's
dice
gotta be
right in
that's
front
gonna
of
be
me.
canon.
Oh, okay. Kirby, roll for me. I have percentage dice, but they're up there.
78.
Okay.
There are some fairly explicit things that have been done about y'all.
Wait, hold on. Aren't we all underage?
That's
Often
not what the
done by
internet's
underage
prerogative.
people. Yeah, it's
Okay, I'm just.
I will admit
checking,
the
just
real real
yeah.
people
Let's
shippers are always a
rewind that.
little
There's
more.
a lot of people that we'll go away from the horny aspect of it. We'll just say there's a lot of people that care a lot about this.
There's
Okay.
a lot of photoshops, and then there's just like a heart in the background.
Yeah.
Those
Like
those.
like someone's like lockers, like collage and like.
So can it be canon that there is at least one person who's like, so this explains why Johnny wanted to get rid of Ivy last night?
Oh yeah.
Because when I made that public stream, remember, I'm like, we need a van to get rid of
Oh.
Ivy. To store Ivy.
Oh yeah. There's definitely a bunch of like Ivy and Johnny broke up.
Wait, what?
we
I'm-
needed
Oh.
we needed a moving van, and we were just like, Johnny, you have that thing where you can get your audience to help us. Get on stream and get them to come help us. And Johnny rolled very badly, and so everyone was like, your own teammate trying to get rid of them in a van, like a big couch.
Mo's the GM now.
I have the power.
Oh
Yes, Sarah.
Sarah, did you have a?
Oh no, that my iPad does whenever I raise my hand. So like it I didn't mean to do that.
Oh wait, no.
Ooh.
If you just do this, it automatically.
Oh wait, can I do that? Does
Yeah.
that work?
Why doesn't it work for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
I-
whatever
I
settings
work
that
at-
is. I like that.
My Zoom is on from my iPad, so it's like it does it
Oh,
automatically.
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
though.
So I was thinking, are we an X card moment? Yeah. Also, as a reminder, we can always X card if there's a moment where like, hey.
I'm okay with shipping, but if it gets to like explicit, I'm like,
Oh yeah. Let's let's
The worst
go
it gets
back
is like
and
it's like
rewind it.
kissing photos.
It's,
like
it's not so much
Yeah.
horny. It's just a bunch of people excited about the romance stuff.
I honestly forget that we're all like teenagers often, and I just think that we're all in
Like
our
a
30s and we're
CW
just
show.
stupid children still.
like
It is
And
exactly
if
like
it was for a
CW
CW show, we would all be in our 30s.
Yeah.
Exactly, because everyone's
We're all
17, there is 47.
16. We're all 16 and 17, but our actors are actually 30.
Yeah.
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 And when the
Tobey
show ends,
Maguire-
they're like
Tobey
49.
Maguire is definitely a teenage Spider-Man.
So I think with Issa seeing all this and like looking through stuff, I'm like, telling Ivy like, hey, what the fuck is going on? There's actually like, I'm glad she wears goggles because she's actually like kind of like, what? Like there's actually like there's mostly confusion, but there's actually a little bit of hurt behind it. Like, yeah.
Oh no.
Like
But
like
she-
hurt
but
that,
it-
that
Yeah,
Is she
you're
having
not there. You don't know. Ivy's not
No.
looking at it either. It's just like
I'm
a
not there.
quick little like sort of like a quick little frown, and then like
What you don't
takes it
know
off.
is that Ivy tapped into your goggles and is watching your eyes and sees your sadness and goes, "Do you love Johnny?"
She's got Betty
Who's right?
Davis
We all
eyes.
He set your heart aflame.
Oh God!
If
So
I love you.
this is
No,
this is
I'm just-
awful.
Uh,
Okay.
great. I just rolled 34 on the dice. So
What are you rolling 34 for?
I just rolled my dice and came up 34. I
How it
rolled
goes,
34.
Rule 34.
Rolled 34.
Oh,
All
oh.
right. It's so funny.
So if it's not till later tonight, yeah.
Tonight they're gonna steal a plane. What happened in the game tonight? It was very few people sad about relationship stuff.
And then they stole a helicopter and blew it up. Oh my God.
I think since they're stopping and like Issa's just trying to like distract herself, she's like, so are we just gonna like wait around until like 11 o'clock? Are we gonna like go to and then like meet up later? Like what are we doing?
I feel like we should meet up, right? Like we shouldn't keep doing this. Let's meet at the Hex. Let's go to the Hex. What do you think, Issa? Should we just go to the Hex?
And I think she's just gonna text like meeting at the Hex
Yeah.
with
let's
a
go.
period.
Oh, not a question, just a period.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a statement. Oh, Johnny's like, oh, that's a statement.
It was an imperative sentence.
With the period at the end, not even leaving it like
Yeah.
without a period.
Does Marrow end up showing up, or
Yeah, I'm assuming because this doesn't all happen in 15 minutes. The minute I'm done, I see the texts. And I just text back to Issa, oh, you guys didn't need me there, and I forgot something at home, so ... And then I text in the group chat, be right there.
BRT.
And I think while like Issa and Ivy are like walking back, I think she looks at her phone when she sees it. She's like, "That's weird." For reading Rio's text and just like kind of like clears her throat, and just like puts her phone away.
Issa wants us to meet at the Hex, Johnny. We should go.
All right.
Are you all right? You all right?
He just kind of like hesitates for a moment. He's like, I'm just really tired. Like this
You
is
do.
this is getting.
I can
old.
tell them you're.
No,
What's getting old?
I need to be there. This is my plan.
Okay. Mm. All right.
Like, I'm assuming Zaylin like turns away and Johnny's just like, are you sure I'm a hero?
I turned to him. Yeah. I know you are. You want to do the right thing, and you're friendly, and people love you. You are one of my heroes.
One of them.
Oh, Henry. Well, Henry too. but you're definitely
Johnny, I would say you would normally take guilty, but because you can't take guilty, go ahead and Zaylin shift labels on Johnny.
okay.
Please God, move his danger up. or keep
Oh,
it
no,
whatever
actually,
feels
I'm
whatever
sorry.
feels right.
Zaylin, do you have? Actually, I'd say Johnny, take insecure because it works the other way. If you try to shift labels and don't do it.
Yeah, I take insecure.
I'll shift his danger.
No, I would
up and
say
his
yeah,
mundane down.
don't shift because
Okay.
that actually works the other way around. Where if you try to
Okay.
if you try to shift labels and can't, then it is damage. So yeah, I would say don't shift. Johnny, just take insecure because that sounds you sound kind of insecure, my friend.
Yeah, Johnny, as Zaylin says that, he's just like, well, you're my hero, and the world needs a hero like you. Let's go.
I lean over, kiss him on the cheek. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh no. Johnny feels so guilty. Like he has so much right now. Like
Well, you could take guilty times 2.
If there was a way to double it, I probably would right now. Yeah, let's head to the Hex.
Okay.
All right, do we get you all together?
Yeah, can we take a bio break?
Yeah,
Since
bio
we're
break
at
sounds good. Do we want to take about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to
That's
be.
right.
When we take 5, it ends up being 10 anyway. Oh, let me.
What?
Oh.
Us gabbing on our break? Never.
No, usually
well,
it's
it
on
doesn't-
waiting for someone to show up.
Never happened.
All right, we're gonna take 10, and we Johnny. What did you? Johnny did a lot. Someone will fill you in. We are going to be right back and catch you all in about 10.
No, I was gonna say what I just learned the other day is that all of Stephen King's books are in the same universe.
Yeah,
They
Dark
all
Tower.
take place
Dark
within
Tower
the
does
Dark
that.
Tower universe.
Yeah.
I did not know that because I only recently got into Stephen King's movies, granted, but I never have read any Stephen King books. But after I watched The Shining, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Why did Stephen King hate this? And why did he really like Doctor Sleep? So I watched Doctor Sleep and I was like, holy shit, this is so much different from The Shining. Why is it so much different? And then I did all this like reading online about why The Shining movie was fucked up. And it's so interesting. The actual book and everything. So I bought the book and now I'm going to read the book.
I have to finish. I got partway through the book and then I just got busy. I need to finish it. The book is good. The movie is good. It's just that
They're different.
It was very personal. The Shining, I think, was a lot about Stephen King trying to get over his addiction. And so when they changed up stuff, he's like, that's a little more personal to me than you realize.
Yeah.
The made for TV movie in the 90s was closer to the book.
That's what I've
than
heard.
The 70s movie was.
Yeah. But Doctor Sleep is really good.
I
If
didn't
anyone
see that.
hasn't seen that, you should watch it immediately. It's like
I've heard it's
absolutely
great.
fantastic. It's so good.
All right, I'll
So
watch
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard-
Ewan
I've
McGregor
heard
also, I mean,
only
Ewan
good
McGregor.
things.
I do not
Daddy Kenobi?
like a lot of scary movies. Is there a lot of jump scares in it? Is there a lot of jump scares? Yeah, is a lot of jump scares? I'm
It's
not
Mike
a big fan of
Flanagan.
jump scares.
Oh,
don't
that
think
is
there's
Mike
any.
Flanagan.
Yeah, it's Mike Flanagan.
Oh, his stuff is great.
Yeah, he's
Oh, Mike
incredible.
Flanagan is a good
Yeah.
director.
Anyway,
I don't think there's any jump scares. Maybe one, maybe. I don't even really remember.
so if any of you have not seen Mike Flanagan's stuff, like Midnight Mass, Haunting of Hill House, Doctor Sleep, several of us recommend his stuff because he's really
Gerald's
good.
Game is fantastic. Very
I s-
strange.
I
but,
still need to see Haunting of Hill House because
Haunting of Hill House is good.
Oh, what the fuck is it called?
Hush.
Hush. Oh my
I need
god.
to see it. I've heard it's really good.
Hush is the
this is just a horror movie podcast now.
I
y'all?
actually want to start a horror podcast because I'm so obsessed with horror movies now. But
Is Hush the one with the two girls and like?
no, Hush is the movie about the deaf woman who
Oh, that's a
has
good one.
there's a home invasion and
Okay.
she has no idea in the beginning and it is incredible.
Good use of sound.
It is so good. I can't even. I'm sorry. I'm going off on it. It's just so
Have you
good.
ever
And then
seen
I will talk about
Wait?
Rick.
I feel like we should
Have
answer.
you ever seen
Tanya's
Wait Until Dark?
Uh.
It's old 1960s movie. Audrey Hepburn plays a blind woman. Who like it's like same premise, but it's like Audrey Hepburn plays a blind one. That one's really good.
I think I
Maybe
actually.
I have an ex who looks a lot like Audrey Hepburn.
That's nice.
Steve,
Lucky.
a lot of these movies aren't.
Oh, well, he's next
Scary.
now, so.
They would fall under the horror genre, but they're not like scary movies. There's just like lots of tension and like suspense kind of stuff going on, and then murder. But like and then like gruesome murder. But like it's not like
Just a little bit of murder. Just as a treat.
Anyway,
Just a bit of murder.
back to Masks before we turn into a horror film podcast, which I would love to talk about. But we have got some stuff going on. So we get everybody together
yeah.
at the Hex.
Ivy is thrilled that we're doing this. I mean, not thrilled, but is like, I'm right. Let's go. Let's go right. We'll fucking go.
I think
early.
at least as soon as Issa sees Johnny and Zaylin, I think she's gonna point her phone. She's like, "The fuck happened?"
Have you guys seen much Marrow crawls down from the ceiling? It's like, have you guys been on Twitter recently?
What is
Yeah,
this
people are
nonsense?
very creative.
Johnny just points at Zaylin and goes, talk to them. Wasn't my
The guy
doing.
was asking questions, and I had to say something to get him to stop asking questions, and he stopped asking questions.
Good job, Zaylin.
No,
Johnny
we-
asked for a phone we could throw away.
That is true, Johnny. That was a weird opener, but also
To be
Zaylin,
fair-
good job. We're trending on Twitter. When was the last time you saw the Omegas trending on Twitter?
to be
Besides for the other
fair,
week.
I need to start listening to Issa and disguise myself when I go into these public places.
Isn't that
You
something Detective Kinnick always says?
Yeah, you should have been doing that all this time, Johnny. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He likes
I'm,
the suit.
I'm trying to be in the public eye, not hide from them. My whole
Aren't you
career
like
has
getting
changed.
sued and stuff? Like, why do you want to be in the public eye, dude? Just like,
That's
I'm
what
very-
I wanted. That
I'm
was my
very famous.
persona.
I'm with one of
My
my two
perso-
non-human looking teammates.
My persona for so long was fame, and now that I'm trying to not be in the public eye, I don't know how to do it very well yet. I'm trying. I don't own a hat and sunglasses. I need to get them.
All right, hang on. I'm making a note to buy a hat and sunglasses.
I think Issa leans out and like looks at Tommaso's office and like stares at Tommaso until he like stares back at her. And it's like, get Johnny an incognito outfit.
Jeans.
Hey, if anything, like Maro said, I mean, we're getting a lot of publicity right now.
Is it good though? I don't know if I want people to like assume what kind of relationship I'm in.
Okay, it's better than the fact that the last time we were trending, it was because we blew up a helicopter. So
Were we trending on that too? I don't remember that.
I don't think
I
we were,
was.
but you know what? It is pushing that shit down. So now when people search it, the horny stuff comes first. Or the romantic stuff. I don't care. Anyway, Johnny, real quick, just not to gloat, but also, why do you think we do this? I'm incognito everywhere I go when I'm not in the suit.
Because you don't want people to know who you really are.
I want everyone to know who I really am, but I can't. So
Johnny, your phone buzzes.
Oh.
I open it.
Sandrew, he goes, all right, I've gone ahead and cross-referenced like Maro's like jawline with the people in the
Yearbook.
yearbook. Yearbook. I've got a bunch of possible matches. I'm trying to narrow it down.
does Ivy?
Okay.
Oh, man, I don't know. Never mind.
Does Ivy have
and
an
the thing
excuse
about it
to-
is that no
to-
one knows who I am, and no one
Does Ivy have an excuse to finger Johnny's phone right now?
Like, my phone will not stop blowing up about this stupid thing. Zaylin has made us more popular than we have ever been.
Are people are just finally really like are comfortable enough to say what they want to say on the internet because everybody else is saying it?
Apparently.
As you look back, stuff has been said for a while. It's just now they're tagging you in it.
Oh,
Things are finally
So-
getting notes.
Apparently, Ivy and I broke up last night. That was an interesting one.
You guys broke up? When is your time to break up?
Oh, I didn't know you guys were dating.
Apparently, we broke up.
I got shot with a rocket launcher, and like, you know, it's just like
I mean,
Your parents
everybody-
It was
got-
a weird time.
my parents
Time
got
for me.
kidnapped. Like Johnny was just not there for me when I needed him, so I dumped him. No, I think Ivy is actually probably a little anxious right now. Probably doing some jesting like we are to cover up that, but it's like one of her tendrils is like tapping like repeatedly, like out of like anxiety and like nerves. Like, is this gonna work? Am I gonna get my parents back? This is fucking like insane. I can't believe we're doing this.
yeah.
But then also like, haha, sex jokes. You know, like on top of
Everything's
that,
fine.
everything's cool. You know, just to cover that up.
I think Issa's like, all right, so okay, so about sorry, I'm glad let's ignore the internet. What's our plan for now? Like, I'm good. Do we want to wait here until 11? Do we want to scope the place out? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, we
What's
should
the plan?
We should scope
Go
the
ahead,
place out.
Zaylin. Tell them what you found out.
In Sarah talk, what did I find out again? Remind me.
Minimal guards. What
Oh.
time? Like there should be little
Okay.
resistance.
Jason says that the guards will be on site, but they should be easy to take out, and there'll be no resistance. I imagine he's probably going to put a tracker on the the transport, so they can find it.
All right.
I call-
Yeah. Yeah.
also-
Let's
also,
just
I-
do it.
Also, I told him that Henry never loved him, so that happened.
So he got his face broken and then his soul crushed. I love it. This is great. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
He started it
It's like a psychic
started it.
punch.
Why is he such a bully?
because
Well,
Henry
probably
didn't
'cause-
love him.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Duh.
probably because his dad didn't love him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Probably.
Do I have a dad? I don't even know. If I do, he loves me.
Do you actually say that, Mara?
Yes.
Okay, I think when you say that, Ivy, there's like just a hint of like, oh shit, kind of like in the background of their eyes, because they like are like, what if this goes wrong, and then like thinks like, where's my dad gonna be?
Good. Glad
Just
to
like-
make you think about it.
And then like, you know, they try to bring themselves back to like being like, ha, yeah, you don't have a dad, dadless.
Yeah, and you never exactly, and you never know when your parents will leave.
All right.
So what's
Are we
what's the
waiting
plan
here
then?
until
What-
tonight then, or like what's going on?
We're gonna scope out
Um,
the place, but so here's a question though. Once we get the ship, and we go to Wraith and
Sable, fuck.
Sable Stars, Milpy's place.
Sable MILF.
Sable Milf.
MILF
Bull
Star.
MILF Star.
Milf Star's
That just
place.
sounds like an actual website.
Oh, no one Google that.
It. Ooh,
I guess we have.
we
to play
know
it-
what the trade off's gonna be.
Yeah, and once we get Ivy's parents, the question is, what do we do then?
Sorry, I just accidentally put a link in chat and I didn't realize it was going to post a link.
Okay, I was about to say, Milstar did not show up. Okay, that's. God, so
Didn't think
glad
that-
so glad my videos are not being seen. Why'd you
Okay,
get
I
fired,
know.
Michael? Well,
That's Michael's personal account.
To be fair,
see, I
Sorry
can't.
about
My name is too unique. I can't do shit like that.
Oh my god, I'm clicking the link just.
that's why you gotta
Okay, not
gotta
that
become
cable.
Raven or something. I don't know.
But then we have to make a contingency in case they don't bring Ivy's parents. Ivy, do you think you can catch Wraith? Like trap him in the cybernetic world?
I'm probably just gonna kill him if he doesn't bring my parents.
But then we won't know where they are.
You'll have Sable Star, right?
Yeah, but she has teleportation.
I have teleportation.
Fair,
What?
fair enough.
Oh, y'all didn't see what was Ivy was working on?
My
No.
noise was to indicate that you just recently got teleportation, and
Yeah.
that Sable Star has had it since she was 15, 20.
Doesn't mean I still can't use it.
Sarah, check chat
I mean,
on Zoom.
On Zoom.
I don't know what we do here if things go bad. Blake and his men aren't going to be far away from this situation. We probably have a small timetable to make the exchange and get the hell out of there. So we might want to be on our A game. Personally, I'd just like to beat the shit out of Sable Star and Wraith if we could.
Let's do
But-
it.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. I guess
Uh,
smash cut to the
Uh,
break-in.
That evening?
let's all go home, get some rest, and then we'll come back to this.
All right.
Point when everybody leaves the hex, I want to go to Tommaso, and I want to tell him I need this discreet as possible. I want every news crew you can get at this drop-off site.
Not the bad part.
Okay. The drop-off site.
Because I give him the address. I'm like, we are going to be there probably around midnight.
Johnny, I basically just told you I was going to kill someone.
And,
And
Johnny
then
wants
you went
witnesses.
and told your friend to bring all the news.
Yes. If we can get Blake in a media shitstorm, it'll get him off our asses for a longer period of time, and he doesn't need to know that it was us that planned it.
All right.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We'll do live. We'll do live. Look. All right.
Well, like Ivy has a stellar reputation.
Ivy was a sweet little, just innocent person, just like a month or two ago. And now she's a murderer. She's just like
Do you let Rafe
a
know?
She's coming into her
murderer.
own.
She's a horny murderer.
She's very horny. That's for sure.
It's those teenage hormones, man. Like they just get the best of you.
I
So-
have a
I-
question.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of potential points right now, and I feel like I feel like there's never like a good moment for a moment of truth, though I do think I'm like moving closer to that, which makes me think I should take another thing from my thing. And I could take Dangerous Web, which allows me to basically just say like, oh, I made a trap here, like retcon it and be like, I put a trap there. Which I think would probably be like spike pits, basically. I roll on my label, and on a hit, I get an opening or opportunity against them, and +1 forward. And on a miss, it leads to dangerous escalation. I don't know. Does the group seem like that's like, yeah, or like,
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Mhm.
all right, then I will be doing that.
I love dangerous escalation.
Hey, Michael,
Is that Gammers?
we can't hear you, Michael.
I'm gonna put Gammers in the pit.
I'm going to ask if this counts as taking a foolhardy action without talking to your team.
Yeah, I
For
would say
me.
so. I would
Yeah.
say-
Yeah, I would. I'd say it does.
Just a little bit. I don't know. Like it's just a smidge, maybe.
Johnny, yes. Yeah,
Well,
you're endangering Ivy's parents. So, yes.
The way I'm looking at it is if everything goes perfectly, we can spin this as us recovering the shuttle, not
It-
stealing it.
If it does not, let's be honest, how much has shit gone perfectly for this particular group?
It doesn't.
What? How dare you? We're perfect angels.
Also, I think Sarah, did you also say that you had enough potential to gain an advance?
Yeah.
You can do that whenever
Yeah,
you want.
I'm
That
lo-
does not have to be end of the session thing.
I'm looking through the playbooks right now to kind of figure out what I want to take another move, but I can't. I'm trying to figure it out.
All right. So do you let Wraith know that you are picking up the thing tonight?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ivy, can you email Wraith?
Yeah, probably.
Let him know that we're getting the ship.
We'll be there 11.
Gotcha.
Like midnight-ish.
On it.
Okay. And yeah, and you just received back. Keep an eye on your phone. Let us know when you're up in the air.
What if we get up there and just nobody has cell service?
But Ivy's 4.
It's true.
Yeah.
Cell tower.
Basically, a
Just
living
stick the
cell
vines
tower.
out and like make like little bunny
Yeah.
ears. Like
All right,
The
wrap some
airfield-
tinfoil around my left arm.
The airfield itself has got like the fences and such around it. There is an opportunity for guards and such. But as you're sort of watching it that evening, you notice a bunch of the guards that are there get a phone call, and then they get in the car and then head off somewhere else, leaving just a couple people guarding the airfield. The airfield itself has 3 hangars. and like the airstrip, but it's one of those that has like normally a large amount of security for such a small little airfield. Well, let's be honest, most airfields have no security.
Johnny is incognito. He has these big like steampunk glasses on, wearing all black. All right, we ready, guys?
Why is this the one thing you're incognito for?
Because if I get caught on a camera breaking into a Blake Industries airfield,
Hey,
I'm done.
Oh, you have your costume though for later when we
Oh yeah,
murder
it's
rate.
like,
though,
J-
right?
Johnny, I'm gonna be
I
honest.
got my costume.
If 5 people break into an airfield, one of them has bones all around her, another one is a plant, another one is Zaylen, they might figure out which one is you.
Hey, I'm crawling around on the
Johnny's
ceiling.
not that smart.
Johnny forgot to put his fire hair away, and he got his little like goggles on, but he's just got a flame on the top of his
Who
head.
could
He's
possibly be that fire-oriented hero?
I mean, it's a common power, so
all right.
it could be anyone.
You have a fire person, a bone person, a plant person. There are 37 different superhero teams that meet that criteria.
There's only one in Philadelphia.
Ivy's not going in.
Ivy's not going to go in.
You're
Ivy's
gonna
going
be
to stay in the van, so to speak.
We need you to fly the plane.
Oh, all
It's
right.
self-flying, right?
Oh yeah, there's an autopilot.
we
Yeah,
need
yeah.
someone to hack it though, don't we?
You
Or
basically,
not if we know the right buttons to hit.
I mean, does this also mean we have to land somewhere and then
So-
pick Ivy up?
yes, someone's gonna have to be in it when it goes. You hit the autopilot, but someone has to be in it when it goes up.
Oh, okay. Then Ivy will be the
I
one
can-
who drives it. Or if Zaylin wants to do it, Zaylin can do it.
Yeah.
Zaylin will.
So full disclosure, I have an idea. If this works out, my potential move that I'm taking, I want to take Kirby Craft from the Outsider playbook.
Hmm.
Tell me more about
So-
Kirby's craft.
It'll be a Jack Kirby thing.
Here's this. Kirby Craft, you have a vehicle, something from your home. Detail its look and choose 2 strengths and weaknesses where when you are flying the ship, you can use it to unleash your powers, directly engage a threat or defend someone using superior.
Very cool.
And you choose 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses. Do you guys mind?
No, what I want to do is I want to help you remove the tracking information
What,
from it.
What's that from?
Yes. That's from the Outsider playbook.
Okay, cool. That could also be a thing
So-
that literally, yeah, depending on when you want to have it, that could be a thing where you're like, you just sort of resummon something that's been either
So-
hidden or through the rift.
Here's what I'm thinking. One of the weaknesses they have here that you can choose is like bizarre fuel source. I'm thinking that I am the fuel source power because I am a rift person.
Oh, very
That,
cool.
that explains what's his face's whole deal.
Oh yeah, oh
Very
that time.
cool.
We all planned
Oh.
this. That's great.
Yeah, this was written months ago, by the way,
like
including
to-
all the sex jokes. We
Yeah,
planned
we're like
this ahead
Dimension
of time.
20 up in this bitch.
Don't
so
you
much
know this is
pre-planning.
scripted?
Yeah, I want this to be my move. So yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fox, do you own a baseball cap and sunglasses? Because I don't own sunglasses. I do own several baseball caps, but that's because I'm a lesbian, and Johnny's not a lesbian.
I
Johnny
own
might be a
baseball caps
lesbian in a
and
man's body.
sunglasses. Like I don't
Well, you live where the sun is.
Oh, that's
No.
true. I do. I live where the sun is.
No, Vox, it's already been established in canon that Johnny does not own a ball cap or sunglasses.
Why is it when I picture Johnny Incognito, I picture Alf in like the trench coat and the fedora?
Hey Willie, you got a cat?
Anywho, back to our game.
Back to the game.
All right, so Ivy will help Zaylin with well, I guess Ivy will wait because I don't think
I think he's like, how about Johnny, myself, and Marrow go in and take out security, and once we give you all the signal, y'all can come in and fly the ship.
yeah. I think that's probably wise.
And then Issa's just gonna hop the fence.
All right. No, so we'll say this. Zaylin, do you summon your ship now, or is it going to be like, is you going to realize it partway through all this?
I think partway through this, I realized like I can control this
Okay.
kind of thing. Like
Well, no, so I would say it would it be the craft they're in, or do you actually summon? Is there a craft from beyond the void, or that's somewhere here already? That's a thing you came over with, because it.
Oh, that'd be even cooler.
Yeah, because it's probably not this one, because this is the one that they've built. Unless you want to make it the one that you actually had, that you came over. In.
Let's say it's the one that like the one we're taking is the one when I came over in.
Okay.
So like I immediately recognize it. And it's like this little pod looking thing, like you know those things that what's his name?
You can fly to the navigator.
Yeah, like a little pod looking thing. It can fit like 2 or 3 people if you're comfortable with each other.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
5 if they're real comfortable with each other.
We are very comfortable with each other, aren't we?
So what were the strengths you gave it? What were the weaknesses?
I'd say that the strengths, let me pull this up again. I would say strength would be fast and maneuverable and dimension shifting, because it can obviously go with the rift. And then the weaknesses would be unarmed, because it's not something with weaponry on it.
Mhm.
And difficult to repair because
Okay. I thought you
rift
were
technology.
you the bizarre fuel source?
I'm the bizarre fuel source.
Then that would be one of your weaknesses. So like essentially it'll work for you or someone with that energy, which they may have from another place.
So I have to be with it or like charge it basically beforehand.
They
Maybe
would
that's
have
why
some
they've
charge
been-
from what they took from the Intrepids.
Okay, so the weaknesses are going to be bizarre fuel source and what do y'all think? Unarmed or difficult to repair?
Unarmed.
Unarmed, because
I like unarmed.
It seems like you
Yeah.
would not show
Yeah.
up with weapons. You don't seem like
Yeah.
the person
Yeah.
to show up with weapons.
Although I do like
Yeah.
the drama of the difficult to repair, but unarmed
Yeah.
I think makes more sense.
All right.
Yeah. Damn, that makes so much sense why they were sucking the life out of the Intrepids now.
Yes.
Like holy shit. It's all tying together.
They need
Like-
void stuff to fly the plane to go to the void.
You
Yeah,
see,
the
I
way-
had actually planned this from the start. I
Gamers is
realized
just there.
eventually.
Gammers is there holding like an interdimensional ray Gatling
Hey,
gun that's just
sorry,
like starts killing everyone.
I invited Gammers. Is that okay?
No!
I am Professor
Gammers.
Friction. I'm Associate Professor Friction.
I swear to God.
You have to
Your
Gammers.
name
wait.
is
You have to
Friction.
wait 10
Nurse
minutes
Friction.
for me. You wait 10 minutes before I show up before you can go back to your dorm room.
Zalen, there seems like there's like a hole that's like perfect for your body in the center of that ship.
Somebody just mentioned Tilda Swinton.
Wait, before we get to the ship stuff, can we like break in and like
Yeah.
bash heads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking from a
so
distance. I'm
on
like,
the
I'm
way
like,
there,
Zalen,
you
it's
actually
open.
see you actually see a bunch of there was like 10 people there, and like some phone calls sort of come in. You see them go, and they go through, and they're a bunch of them are talking, and they get in, and literally 8 of them, leaving 2 people there to essentially patrol the sides of it. Most of them, one of them goes up in the tower, and is kind of watching along there. The other one heads around. There's a point where you're looking at them like through binoculars and such. They're well armed. They seem to know their shit. They also seem to be people who know their shit that are in a job that are 99.99999% of the time. There's literally nothing to do. It's a cush job. They're probably getting paid very well for it. But to be honest, even if you're very good, you're going to let your guard down because nothing is happening.
How tall is the tower?
Tower itself is about 3 stories.
Okay, that's not bad. I think Issa's like, I'm gonna go for that one up there to like knock him out. Knock out? Just knock out. No killing, no stabbing, no burning. Just knock out.
Whoops,
But
he
I have
crushed his
this-
vocal cords or crushed his larynx and he's suffocated. My
But I have my new thing. And Marrow points and she basically like makes her bones come up and there's like a punji pit.
No!
Marrow made a punji board out of their own bones.
I don't even know what a
Oh my
punji
God.
board is. I'm just gonna say no to it.
It's like a spike pit.
Oh god, I hate it already.
Alright.
Fine.
It's actually a war
Alright.
crime, I believe, to use punji boards.
Only if there's stuff on them.
Okay. Yeah, you take that one, Maro, and I'll take that one.
There's only 2, so you and I are both on ground guy. Unless you
Yeah.
want to help out Issa.
Like I said, knock out.
Does he have to be unconscious? Can I put him in a bone cage?
Just make him not able to stop us.
So
Bone cage.
So are you two going after the one up in the tower? Who's going after the one?
I'm going for the one
that's
up in the
patrolling?
tower.
Okay, who's going after who's patrolling?
Oh, Johnny's patrolling, and I'm going for ground.
And then Ivy and
Oh no,
Zaylen are going-
I thought both of us were going for the one on the ground. Mo's going for the one up top. And then Zaylen and Ivy are trying to get to the craft while we clear
Yeah.
the path.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right.
Because what Obsidian's gonna do is just gonna portal in
Oh yeah, you
and
can
like try to
teleport
portal him and get behind him, just like put him in a headlock and go to sleep.
now. All right.
go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go.
Snap.
All right. So
Time.
yeah. So you're about you kind of like. It's not too hard to get up close to it because there's like a large field in the way, and like you get up towards the fence, it's easy to kind of see it and just. So while Obsidian is teleporting up there, Marrow, you're going after the one on the ground. What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to sneak up, and then I'm going to spring my trap. Not the punji pit, but I have a secondary one, which is kind of like bear trap is too cruel because it does kind of like
So
Venus
It's basically
flytrap?
also a
Flytrap?
punji
Yeah.
pit.
Did your
Venus
new
flytrap.
did your new trap thing allow you to essentially like put bones in a remote location and just like grab somebody?
yeah, I think it's remote bone cage.
Okay.
How does it work? Don't ask. Don't worry about it.
What did you grab this from? Is this from your own or is this from a different one?
This is from my own. It's called Dangerous Web because I'm supposed to be Spider-Man, but I was like, don't offer me bone generation if you don't want me to take. If I'm gonna take it.
The funny thing is honestly, you're not that far from like Iron Spider with it's just a bone. It's not bones. It's or instead of the Iron Man stuff, it's bones. Yeah.
Instead of Spider-Man, you're Boner Man.
Yeah. You basically get to a point and just leave it for them. All right, go ahead and roll your masks label. Do you have a thing with a
Also,
mask?
Michael, do not worry. I'm not going to use this too much because it does. I don't like the idea of dangerous escalation.
Yep.
You know, Marrow. She's not about that. All right. Mo, if these roll bad, this is on you because these are your dice.
It's on you because you didn't charge him properly.
Okay, that's a 10.
Yeah, save. Good.
10 plus,
Good.
take +1 forward. Yeah, so basically, describe what happens with the. So it gives you. Your opponent trips into it, you get an opening or opportunity, which means you get to then try to take them out. Tell us what it looks like. You get a +1 forward on taking out the guard.
Hands in dirt. You just kind of see this like movement, like brrrr, and then it's not like a hole. It's not super big, but like a very small, like bear cage type thing. Doesn't go into flesh, but just kind of like around like a leg.
I'm just picturing the Bugs Bunny like across the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
As it kind of grabs him, and he's just what it's got him. Tell us how you how you try to take him out, and then then roll directly engage. Give yourself an extra +1 on top of your danger.
Alrighty. As he is trapped, I run up. Don't really do a lot besides bone cage. How
Do you
I
just
make
sucker
it-
punch him? Like,
Yeah, I think I maybe just sucker punch him. My danger is doing okay, I think, for doing danger. It's not great, but you know, I just run up and punch him in the face, just like go to sleep.
It's kind of grab. What the fuck? And you just skitter over. And what'd you roll?
Hold on 1 second. This time I'm not using your dice. What am I doing with this plus?
It's directly engage plus danger plus you get a +1 because of your move.
8. Another straight. Well, not straight 10, but 10 altogether.
All right. Pick 2. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten.
I'm going to avoid blows and then create opportunity for Johnny.
Well, you don't need it for Johnny because then there'll be nobody there. However, if you create it for Issa, as you teleport, or do you want to go with that? Because
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'll create one
Yeah.
for Issa then.
so Issa, as Obsidian, as you teleport up, there's just this moment you see the guy in the towers. He just does this and looks down as he sees that with Marrow, and his eyes are taken down there. What do you wish to do?
I'm just gonna stick up behind him and just like lock him in the head and be like, all right, night, go to sleep.
Um,
I'm just gonna like put him in a chokehold until he passes
roll
out.
directly engage and give yourself an extra +1 on top of your danger.
Where are my dice? Why do I have just one? Oh, there's the other one. That's a 10 on the die, so that's going to be 14 altogether.
Well, I'm assuming you're taking resist or avoid their blows.
Yeah.
Nothing else really matters at this point. These are the only two. He just like tell me how you take the guy out.
Yeah, it just pops in, sees that he's distracted, just quietly goes up behind him and like quickly, because she's trained, just and just squeezes just enough to like pass him, just to quickly knock out. And she's gonna tap her headphones and be like, "It's clear."
Let's go.
So we head to the craft. It's like this orbital thing with like maybe two wings on the side that can like retract in. And the second I touch it, it starts to like glow.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Is it
Yes.
supposed to do that?
I've seen this before. This is
Zalen,
I
it
think
is
this is what
powered up, which normally happens when it's in contact with you. It's one of the things that actually made your like. How much do you remember from yourself on the other side of the rift?
it's imagine like memories from when you're like 2 or 3 years old. Like it's like
Okay.
snippets. Like
There's a moment where you remember though, as you touch it, like one of the things that made your people's technology nearly impossible for others to use is you powered it by contact. Like part of your technology is the power and such happened when you contacted it, not necessarily other people from your dimension, but your actual people, which meant other people who weren't associated.
we were a
couldn't use
power
it.
source.
Yeah.
We were a battery. Oh my god.
So the thing was, I mean, you weren't stuck in there like a bad. Like if you piloted it, you yourself were the power. This thing already has power in it. Which the moment you touch it, there's a moment where you're going, "This shouldn't be powered unless I'm touching it." But there's already power in here. Like if I let go of it, it should go.
This is why Jason wants the Intrepids.
What?
He
To,
want
So everybody from space is a battery?
no. It's their rift energy. It's powering things, and this is what he's using. That's why he's sucking the power from them. This is why he had That's why he had Ian in there.
shit.
Are they the same species as you?
No, they're not. But
Well, it's a good
This
thing he
is-
doesn't know where they are.
come on, let's get this. Let's get into this thing. Where
Yeah,
right, type
Ivy,
fit.
Ivy's
Head
gonna
to
like
feet, head to feet, people. Head to feet.
Ivy's gonna like help you get in or whatever, but also like touch the side of it and like try and like interface with the ship too.
Ivy's gonna fuck the ship.
As you touch it, so
I didn't say it.
there's an extra device that's been added onto it. So the one thing you're able to sort of check is you sort of grab an interface with it. There is a foreign, like not of its original dimension thing added to it, and right now that is delivering power into the ship itself.
Can I locate it like without?
Yeah. The other thing do me a favor. Go ahead and roll for assess the situation. I'm not going to use necessarily the questions there, but let's see how much information you get.
What am I rolling on that?
Plus superior.
Superior, yay! Minus superior. Rolled a. Oh no! Some of the paint rubbed off. A 5.
Oh, yeah. There's something else that's been added to it that's bringing the power. That's about the most information that you get from it as you touch it. Go ahead, give yourself a potential for failing that.
I think that's when Issa pops and she's like, "All right, what did I miss?
this is
And
being
where's
powered by
Johnny?
rift-
Like, is Johnny down
Yeah,
here?"
do we have all of you there? I'll be right back.
Yeah, Johnny's there.
Yeah. Right.
Arrow appears behind you and she's like, I've been here.
There's Zalen, there's something in this that isn't supposed to be here.
Probably the tracking device.
No, it's some kind of energy source that this isn't supposed to have an energy source, right, Zalen?
No, no, it's not. Can you?
I can't. I'm not sure why this is like too far, and I can't like find it. But I know it's in there somewhere. I don't know the specs of the ship or anything though, so I can't really figure out where it is.
Is this
Um,
ship from this world?
No,
Oh.
no, it's not.
There's like a perfect Zalen shaped hole in the seat.
Michael, can I assess the situation on this? Try to figure it out.
I'll say you managed to find out this information. So as you're looking through, there's a place you're supposed to sit, but behind that, something has been clicked into the line, and what has been clicked into the line is essentially it's the thing that has absorbed the power from the other ones. From this case, from the Intrepids. Very likely, it's the same things the Intrepids took from you, which is a reason the Intrepids might have wanted your energy because it would not work for them.
And I recognize it, right?
Yeah, so basically it's in there, and it's a limited amount of power, but it is feeding power in there too.
Can I break it off?
Yeah.
All right. I'm like I take hold of it and I break it off. And like, does the ship power down at that point?
Yes. So basically, as long as you're not in the chair for it.
Problem solved.
Well, that was easy. So that's what they want the Intrepids for then?
This is fueled by rift energy.
Damn.
And I touch a ship and it comes back to life.
Yep.
I am rift energy. Let's get in.
Let's squeeze in, team.
And
Get comfortable.
Do all of you get in?
Hey,
Mhm.
do you guys want me to be on the
yeah.
outside? Because I can cling to the outside.
You sure? No. Yeah. Sit in each other's laps and like Ivy can like finagle themselves.
I can
into
be
small
like
yeah.
melted
places.
ice cream and just kind of fill the cracks.
That's
Exactly.
true. All right, then.
There's
All
probably
right.
they're very easily like Zalen, you get to determine. Is there could be just room in this, like you've got the pilot's chair, but you could also have just an area where people could sit and be.
Make
I
us go
think
head to
that
front.
I think this is like the inside of like a Ford Escort in
Oh.
size.
I don't know how big that is.
Yeah,
Sailing.
Very small.
every time someone's like, "Oh yeah, it's a Ford Escort," I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So
It's like
Sounds
Wait, wait, wait,
nice.
it's like a mid-sized sedan in
Okay.
size.
Okay, so like
it's
a
not,
Sonata.
yeah, they're
yeah, so it's not like the Firefly where it's like a full ship and there's like an area and you can play basketball in it. No, it's like
they're seats.
yeah.
I'm
there's
just
seats.
thinking of Young Justice with when Miss Martian has her baby or whatever it's the ship's called.
I'm gonna name this ship.
I don't
He
know.
yeah,
I don't-
named the ship.
I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna think about it a little bit. All right.
And then yeah, so I think he's just like there, just like squeezed in between. I guess like Johnny and Ivy, just like okay, I guess I'm just.
So say,
We're
Zalen,
here.
the moment you get in, the funny thing is, the rest of you might notice this too. When it was on what they took from Ian Intrepid, it was like minimal systems go. Like Zalen, when you just sit in, all the stuff that wasn't on just starts to like appear on around you. Like the ship itself, it's welcoming you back. There's just this moment where you just sort of feel it flow into you, and you are back in the ship itself. You also do notice, though, how much do you notice the fact that you're not part of a hive mind here in this world?
It's very evident. It's like you remember, you know how that feeling like when your ears can't pop.
Mhm.
As someone whose ears almost never can because of my hearing problems, yes, yeah. So there's just this moment though where you feel that even more intensely. There's just this moment. Your ship is reaching out to the hive mind as well because these things are also like tied in. It's one of the things that made your people so powerful, because even if if something happened to the pilot, someone else could essentially pilot it as long as you were still in the seat. Like, you could kill the pilot, but the ship could still keep going. But it didn't matter if you killed the pilot, because the pilot's like a fingernail to the hive mind. Yeah, it's reaching out for something that's you, that's not you, that's bigger, but there's nothing there.
I have this moment where it's intensely lonely. It's just I almost expected that connection to be there, and then it's just like not. It's like missing a step when you're walking down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Does the ship react to Zaylen's emotion?
Tell me.
I don't know. It does. The power, the power doesn't flicker, but it goes like.
I was just thinking
yeah,
about because it's mildly sentient. It has to be,
Yeah.
at least to some degree. So,
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do this. And
You okay?
I can't hear anything. I mean, I can hear. I can't hear out there.
Were you always able to hear out there?
No, but I wanted to. Come on, we gotta get this thing out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, the records you look at, when they were able to use this energy, and honestly, there was some energy taken from you before you were freed from that warehouse. They had to brute force this thing into the air, and they couldn't do most of it. But the thing is, when you're in it, it hovers, it moves. Like, the movement options with you're in it, with you're powering it, are so much more than the little bit of energy they could put in, because they had to have it almost like a rocket. Yours is more just like that sort of sci-fi.
It's very, yeah, it's very intrinsic to my.
Mm-hmm.
like
My
Ego's
own-
ship.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. You get up in the air. It just
Yeah.
sort of hovers off the platform for a moment, and suddenly you're just way up in the air. The rift itself, you can almost feel the pull from it as you get sort of higher up. The energy from the ship and you just sort of synchronizes a little bit with the rift, and there's just this. You know when you have that scent that you can't place what it is, but you know there's something about your childhood that's in that scent. It's like grandma's house or something. You're not quite sure, but it's just tickling the back of your mind. You kind of feel that as you just kind of come up. Anybody get a hold of Wraith at this point?
So, Ivy sent Wraith an email probably before we stole the ship,
Mhm.
and just said, "Are you ready?"
Because let us know when you're in the air.
Sends back another email, or I guess I don't know,
Text,
text,
probably.
whatever, text, and says, I think just we're on our way.
And there's shortly afterwards you get a response. He goes, "Go to this airfield instead," and gives you a different airfield in a different section than the one that he told you about, or in a different part of Philadelphia than the one he told you about.
Thumbs up.
All right, so you're going
And we're
to
all
And
just
then I'm-
clumped together, just like.
and
Yeah, and then I'll tell Zaylen, and then I'll say, you realize there's no one can use this now except for you. Even if we just left it there. So we have nothing to worry about.
Useless to all of them, isn't it? Until they get another person.
Can I pause real quick?
Yeah.
How many of you have seen Game of Thrones?
I haven't
Up
seen the
till
last season.
5.
Yeah.
I stopped after that lady gave
This-
birth to a smoke monster.
Okay, this feels very much like a give us the dragons. I'll give you the dragons, and then like, we are in charge, Dracarys. Like this feels very
Yeah.
much like that moment's about to happen.
Oh, I mean, Ivy did promise murder, so
Yeah.
Okay, Tangor, like Game of Thrones is really good until like half of the last season. I mean, it drops in quality at one point.
I
But,
stopped
like-
watching it after Jamie and Cersei did some stuff in season 5.
first
and I was
episode?
It's season
No,
five,
no,
every
no, no,
season,
no.
like episode 1. It's like-
no, it was after there was like a uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
which is
Yeah.
different in the book,
Situation.
which is consensual in the book.
Yeah, and I was like, so I just stopped
Yeah.
watching it.
You know what I found out this week about Game of Thrones? Maggie the Frog is Calanthe of what's it called in The Witcher?
Oh,
Which
not
I have
know
no
that.
context for either of those things, but it sounds cool.
Which one's
The Witcher is
Calanthe?
amazing.
'Cause-
Series grandma.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The
She's
lion,
Maggie
the
the Frog.
lion of
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, we used to have people
Well-
over to watch Game of Thrones. It was great, and then it just.
I have cell service in the air, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Marrow does have a Twitter. God only knows why. For not for Rosalind, for Marrow.
Mhm.
Mostly just because remember I made those batshit like everyone tweets things. But,
Everybody tweets.
But I think I find the most like one of the more popular but like tasteful pieces of Zaylin Johnny fan art, and I just retweet no context, no comment, and then I shut off my phone.
I thought you were gonna send the Riders of Rohirrim in the battles of Pelennor Fields, where they're all riding down the fucking side of the mountain to kill all the orcs. That's us right now.
I mean, yes, but more so, I want to cause chaos in all of your DMs.
Do you land? So you land at the field?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
So-
like we just like I take this on like a joyride basically for like 5 minutes, like just having fun, and then I land in the field.
All right. So you landed at the field that he's asked you to, and there's just a moment where he's again like white suit and everything else, like face, like the featureless face mask. He walks out on that area as you just sort of land, and he's just got a phone in his hand and just. So what do you see him like a little bit out there, like not quite close to where the ship lands, but not too far from it.
Is Sable Star there as well?
Nope.
Is
him.
my parents there?
Nope, just him.
And what was he with? Was it a car or
He's standing out there. He has himself he's got his phone in his hand and he's just sort of looking up at the ship as it lands.
okay?
I think at this point, Johnny's gonna just hop out.
Don't do anything rash, Johnny. I don't know why I would say rash. I'm 17 years old. Don't do anything stupid, Johnny.
Well, the ship's here. Where are the parents?
He just takes a moment. He kind of turns the phone, and you see Sable Star and the parents inside of Ivy's house. On the phone, he goes, "You leave, I get in the ship." Sable Star goes away.
All right. Hold on.
Question,
Lisa?
real quick.
Can you teleport?
I
to
was
the
gonna
house?
I was gonna try to see if I could do that actually.
Through the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
I
like
like that idea. Please
don't
do
know
that,
how-
because I had a plan too.
He doesn't know how far she can teleport though.
All of you are taking such rash actions without consulting the team. I know we can't because we're in a hostage situation.
Kind of can't. I think she's gonna like do like a quick glance between all of them, and then quickly hit the button to teleport to the house. I don't know how far the teleports go, but like
To-
No,
to mark it?
You're sitting there and you kind of bring up a thing, and To make this work, go ahead and roll for Unleash Your Powers.
I know I've been using it already, but I haven't rolled the mundane thing. Do you still want me to roll that, or you would just skip past that and just
No, I think
go
you
for it?
roll that when you use the thing, right?
Yeah.
So do you want me to roll with mundane then?
Mhm.
Okay.
I wanted to also say while this was starting, Ivy, as soon as they hop out of the ship, is feeding like 100 tendrils into the ground and is shooting them all through the like basically like a giant like nest of roots under the ground towards Wraith, and is just gonna grow them and just like basically just strangle him to death as soon as anything happens that is dangerous or whatever. There's no way he's getting out of this unless my dice fail me, but there's no way he's getting out of this.
We'll get back to what do you do, Mo?
So I got 8. So how much team do we have in the pool?
Oh, no. So yeah. So at this point, team wise, so you
Because
have
I would like to use
plus-
some, or I will take a condition.
+2 when entering battle against dangerous foe. Puts you at 3. Who's the leader? Does anybody have influence over everybody? Which I don't think is true anymore.
I don't think so.
No, so close.
I have influence over 3.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I
Who's going to take the leader position here?
I feel like
Nice.
Johnny was just calling the shot.
I can.
Oh,
Okay.
I can.
Issa, did you want it? Or
No,
Zaylin?
not it.
Okay.
Um,
Got it.
Zaylin, you're in charge. You
Okay.
steer the ship.
does
literally.
anybody mistrust Zaylin?
No.
All right.
No.
Nah.
You're not even prepared or off balance, so you have 3 team. Or I'm sorry, you have everyone has the same purpose. I'm sure on this point. That also just does mean Zaylin, you do have to act as the leader. It's not just like I have the most.
Yeah.
So you let people know at this point. So yeah, Morgan, you get to go ahead and go. What do you
Yeah.
do?
I think as like because Issa gave glances to everybody, so that gives them opportunity to help if they want to help. Because I got 8. So if 2 people want to help, they can bump me up to a 10. If not, completely understandable.
How do I help?
Uh,
I don't know how I would help, and I don't think I can help at this point. I'm
No,
too focused.
Johnny's out of the plane, so there's no way he can help. Marrow, you were waving your arms. How are you?
You could
I-
help by distracting him.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, go over to the side and do like a little soft shoe or something. Just be like, "Hey, what's going on? Great day for a kidnapping, huh?"
I have my hands on the plane, so it's still powered. I'm like,
Mhm.
you bring Ivy's parents back right now, or I will blast this thing and you won't be able to use it at all.
How stuff.
Yes,
I think when
that go ahead
when
that
Zaylin
goes ahead
says
and
that-
uses- that could go ahead and uses 1. That adds a +1. That gives you a 9. Is someone else doing something to help also distract them? Yeah, there's just a moment he just goes, "Hold up, Sable Star." Anybody do something else to distract?
Maybe I'll throw in some team to distract.
Johnny, just like after all that, he's like, okay, all right, we'll step away. Just make Sable Star leave. Let's go. Kind of trying to keep his attention.
Yes. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the help. I'm
Oh,
gonna do
God.
the big help. I'm gonna do the big help.
Big help.
What I said happens anyway. I had my tendrils all growing like a giant things. My help is I am going to just rip all of the earth out from under him, grab him and hold his phone, his arm and his phone facing Obsidian, and just bring him straight to us
Okay,
so they can have like an absolute lock on the location.
I'm not gonna make you roll because he's not stupid. He's intangible. When this happens, but as you do kind of rip the phone, there's a moment he goes, "Hey, no, wait!" And then so as you appear in Ivy's house,
Uh-huh.
Sable Star is distracted enough from the phone because suddenly, like he was sitting on the ground, and you rip the ground out, he still falls, but he's intangible, kind of to that level. There is this moment where as he goes, Kendo just said, "Make it horny again, so I don't miss it." Kendo,
There
you
was
missed, you
plenty of
missed a
that.
lot.
So
You
much.
Missed a
missed
So much
a
horny.
lot.
So much
Um,
horny.
So much
So
horny.
as it goes through him as he's doing this, but you do manage it. You get Sable Star distracted enough that you got a 10 plus.
Yes.
Yeah,
with
so
that.
you managed to appear like probably we'll say between Sable Star and the parents as she's sitting there and she's looking at the phone right now and she's just like, wait, what are they? And she seems she is distracted and not paying attention. What do you do?
I'm going to kick her ass.
You misspoke. You said you meant to say kill. Was that what you said? Oh,
Go
I'm sorry.
ahead and directly engage.
My pleasure with the +3. Oh no! Come back. It doesn't count laying on the ground.
Snake eyes.
Don't jinx it, Kirby.
Oh, sorry. Shit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Hell yes.
Ooh, shit. So with 11,
Dice are good.
here's your choice. You get to pick two: avoid their blows, take something. From
Arisen,
them.
avoid, and impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Yeah, as you just go, it like knocks her backwards. She's gonna take angry on there, and there's just this moment where she almost thinks like striking back, but she's also like saw what's just on the phone, and her eyes go kind of wide. There's just this moment where you see the back of what looks like a very an apartment nobody lives in, where she just and then she
I'm going to
suddenly
pop in right after her.
make unleash your powers.
Oh gosh.
roll-
do I still
roll
do it
up.
with mundane or do I just keep doing do I do it with freak
It's
now?
always just the first time, so now go with freak.
Yeah. Okay. All right. -2. Got it.
Roll sixes. Did you save my parents, Mo?
I mean, technically, I did because she got away.
Kind of.
That's a 0.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh
Mark
my
my
god.
you teleport. You try to teleport after her, and you just end up outside of Ivy's house.
I'm going to quickly run back in to make sure that they're
Yeah,
there.
you're
It's
like,
safe.
the parents are sitting
Shit.
there, just sort of eyes wide, just like, what the fuck? On the ground, back at the station. So it's just, and it literally goes through him. He's like, fuck, and he just sort of like looks over at you, Johnny, is the one who can kind of see. Sort of right now, as there's just the tendrils are kind of going through, and goes, "You have not seen the last of me, child." And then disappears.
Oh, fucking shit.
Where the
We have the comms in. I tap the comms. Issa, you have Ivy's parents.
I do. Sable Star got away, though.
All things considered, I think this was a
Z-
pretty good run.
Zaylin, shut down the grid.
Ivy is so mad. And just screams, fuck, into the comms, like at the top of their lungs. And then just starts just tearing apart the ground around everyone.
Get rid of your angry, I guess.
It's not. No, I don't have that.
I thought you had everything.
I got rid of angry earlier.
Oh, okay.
This was just kind of my somewhat act on my Doom track where I'm frightening loved ones, but I don't know necessarily.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead, and you probably had that. As y'all see Ivy just sort of turn into sort of, I'm guessing sort of like an anime destruction of the area, like way more power than you'd ever seen Ivy go from before.
Like, I know my parents are safe, but the people who harmed them and kidnapped them are like just constantly getting away and are never gonna be punished for it.
I'm going to head toward them.
I think it's,
I want to try to comfort and support. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to try to comfort and support. I'm going to head toward them. One second. What's it? It's my mundane, which my mundane's not great, but let's try this. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna try to go toward them, and I'm like, I'm yelling at them, Ivy, Ivy, you need, Ivy, please, please. And I put my hands on them. Ivy, Ivy, please, please. I know.
As you're
know.
touching Ivy, they start to calm down a little bit, and then like after like a good chunk of the ground has like collapsed into like the pipes and sewer shit below the area. I think like they start to like kind of like reel back in all of their stuff, and they just go. They turn around and they like grab your shoulder and they just say, "We need to go back to my house now, right now. Let's go."
Yeah.
Zaylen, go
Yeah,
ahead.
and then-
now,
Go
come on.
ahead and roll comfort or roll mundane to see if you manage to reach, just for being there.
That is 4 and 4, and my mundane is not great.
Wish I could help
That's
you.
That's a 6.
You fail. Go ahead and give yourself a potential.
Ivy gets mad at you, takes angry.
Well, you could accidentally hurt Zaylin in some way.
All right, and you head back to the house.
Yeah.
All right, does this seem like a good place to end it for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks, let us know. Did you grow closer to the team, into your own image of yourself, or away from the team tonight?
I think Issa grew closer to Ivy
Yeah.
because of stuff and things.
I think so too.
Do you have influence over?
I believe I do. I do have
Alright.
influence over you.
Please shift my labels.
All right. Let's go. I will not touch your things. Oh, I guess I can touch your things. Okay. I'm gonna shift your. I'm gonna shift your freak up. Oops. Whoops. Freak up and supi mundane down.
Okay. That works.
I hope that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
I think the same.
Go ahead, Ed.
I grew closer to Issa as well. I mean, the whole team in general. I think, but yeah, I think.
And I'm
Issa
clearing guilty
specifically.
because we got the parents back. Also, because I can clear it when I go close to the team. So. All right. Let me see for you. I have influence over you, so
Yeah.
please, you can clear a condition because you're growing closer.
Yay!
And I'm gonna do.
I think I'm gonna clear afraid. That makes sense to me.
I'm gonna do danger. I'm gonna. Do you want me to touch your stuff, or are you gonna move it?
Oh, I could. I gotta unlock them.
Okay. Can you move danger up and mundane down, please?
Danger up. Yes, I can do danger up. Thank you.
You're
I love that.
welcome.
Give me more. And mundane down. Very cool. Very cool. All right.
I think I too grew closer to the team. Johnny already has influence over me, but I feel like I grew specifically closer to him and Ivy in particular. I think. Johnny, you can move my labels. And what does it move? He can move my labels, and I take potential or mark a condition.
Oh, so that just went away. You are able to, if you grew closer, give influence to that character and clear a condition or mark potential.
I will mark a potential.
Be right back as you're finishing.
Right.
I'm gonna move your mundane up. Your danger.
What I do?
Whoop.
Oh no. That's it. Okay. And my danger down?
Yep,
Okay.
your danger down one.
Okay.
It's my turn. Is it? It is my turn, right? All right, can you all, has Mara grown closer to the team? Because I feel like she grew more into an image of herself, but if any of you can justify that to me, I really, really want to get rid of a condition.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No.
I got rid of one by running away. So
Absolutely not.
You know what? You know what? We're gonna make a priority that we're gonna do some comfort and support
Yeah.
next game.
We need to comfort and support Mara.
you'll never
real
be able to
hard.
cover and support me. I'm running away.
Nope. No more
Again.
running for your emotions.
Okay. Then yes, I've grown into my image of myself because the image that Marrow has of herself is someone who is alone.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, buddy.
I hate that.
Buddy.
Ah, why does it make me so happy to make you all sad and to make me all sad? Then I'm gonna move my shit around because that's what happens when you've grown an image of yourself. I am gonna move superior up and mundane down. Ugh, mundane's so low. I hate it. But
I just
makes
I just
sense.
realized something about marrow. Marrow is the soft inner part of the bone. And while you are sharp and pointy and dangerous looking on the outside, you're actually just a gentle soul and a soft, innocent just person on the inside.
She's just soft and squishy.
Thank you.
It makes good broth.
Also that.
Marrow makes great marrow soup.
That's what we
With
call
her
it.
own bone.
Johnny grew away from the team for obvious reasons.
Because you
fault is
betrayed the other people and puppets.
But the thing is,
Sold out
who-
our friends.
Do you have anyone to take influence from?
No.
Yeah, don't you have?
Anybody have influence over you now?
He
No.
lost.
Oh no.
I lost influence over him last
Yeah,
time.
I don't have influence over Johnny anymore either.
Oh, Johnny.
No one has influence over Johnny at all.
We need to comfort support you too. Jeez.
I think Johnny's gonna have to be rolling a new character soon because he's about to influence himself right out of a job.
Nah,
I will take my axe solo. Ugh.
he grows long, red, flaming like emo hair and like starts to be like all owner.
I become Super Saiyan Sad!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
You just switch over to the delinquent or some shit. Because Ivy's already got on doomed, so
Yeah, delinquent is potentially what he's going to switch to if
Nice.
things keep going the way they're going.
Oh.
All
I
right.
think that's everybody.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
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 All right, let
So-
people know where they can find you.
Hey, I'm Mo. You can find me all over the internet at Savannah Bezos. I do TikToks. I'm currently doing a series right now showing how I prep for games because I'll be running Night Witches here soon for a private group, not for public. But I can show you the process of how I prep. I do Twitter stuff. I do actual plays and other things and whatnot. Follow me on the internets. Bye.
Hello, I'm Kirby. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at DTRPGS. And you can find me on itch at disastertourism.itch.io. I write role-playing games. I got a really cool solo game that just came out, and I'm doing a game jam for it. So if you like solo games, you should check it out.
I am Sarah. I am Powerful Week 1 on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
I am Nessa. I'm Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA on basically everything, including TikTok.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. Thanks for watching.
All right, I am Michael. I am Improv GM on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Have yourself a great evening, and we will catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.